going.
Boo.
Paul doesn't like it. He changed his mind.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
I'm just going to crouch over here in the corner, too. Let Senor Tomato handle my fucking contribution tonight.
Yeah, I feel kind of guilty because Senor Tomato got popular on DFF, but I've appropriated him.
That's all right. I mean, dude, when there's a breakout character, people, he's going to start showing up everywhere else.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be everywhere. Everywhere. The chat looks especially smart tonight.
Dude, this fucking meme popped up in one of my streams, this beard vor bullshit.
Beard vor?
Yeah, and I guess my reaction was good enough to where now there are like people that have created multiple accounts just to spam the beard vor shit.
Oh, shit.
I don't even understand it, but whatever. The memes are out of my control now,
Were they ever in your control?
Yes. There was a time, TJ, when I had my memes in control.
How long of a time was that?
Time immemorial, dude. I don't remember. It's been too long.
Have you heard about the Channel Awesome controversy? Yes. We could go over some of that, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it the other day, and I think we both agree that there's quite a bit of sour grapes being passed around in that. Some of the critiques TJ was telling me about are just like, well, I mean, you're not a fucking creative director on the channel, so you don't really get to give that input.
All right, so let's just take. Let's go ahead and take a look at the document. It's huge, so there's no way we're gonna look at it all. But here's some shit. This is from Allison Pregler. It's all bullet pointed.
Yeah.
This is from Allison Pregler. Obscurus Lupa. Never watched any of her stuff. I don't really know if it's good or bad or what. But here's some of the bullet points. We were not employed by CA. CA simply embeds videos on their site. Outside of the anniversary movies, no contracts were involved. The only people paid are the people involved with the Chicago crew. Well, I mean, that's a little bit misleading because you do get paid from views on the embedded videos.
Right, and all of the attention that's sent to those videos by being under the banner of Channel Awesome. So you're benefiting pretty greatly. What's that? Ashley
says, I can't hear because my volume is down, but do you guys want daiquiris? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm giving a thumbs up on that.
Yep, all right. Just make sure she sees the thumbs. Daiquiris and pizza, dude. You know what? Say what you want about the South, but it's a beautiful place sometimes. God damn.
Someone my fucking chiropractor asked me today. He's like, so you've always lived in Louisiana? I'm like, nah, I've been all around. I lived in Washington State. I lived in Ohio. I've lived in a few places. He's like, so what do you think of Louisiana compared to Washington? I'm like, well, the food's better there. I mean, the food's better here, rather.
Yeah.
Then he asked about the climate there. I'm like, the climate's way better there.
Yes. You could take the South's food and export it to the Pacific Northwest climate.
Can we please have the food of the South and the climate of the Pacific Northwest in the same place? Is that too much to ask for?
I wouldn't keep just the food either, because there's something about the South that's growing on me too. The don't give a fuck nature of the South is really starting to fucking sit right with me.
Paul has this thing where he goes out and he thinks people are looking at him and shit, but honestly, you're so par for the fucking course around here. A big fat bearded dude, no, that ain't fucking turning no heads, dude.
Exactly.
That's everywhere.
Exactly.
That's everywhere around here. But you don't. Paul doesn't leave the house. You got mild agoraphobia or something, but
yeah. I mean, maybe it's possible. I don't know. I just don't like going out.
I don't really blame you because people are fucking just horrible to deal with. I mean, it's just awful every time. I just hear. I'm the kind of person, I don't mean to eavesdrop, but sometimes I'll get sucked into someone's conversation that I'm not a part of.
Yeah.
And just judge the shit out of them the whole time. What a bunch of insipid crap to be concerned with. What a fool.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, if people overheard my conversations and shit, they might think the same thing. So.
Oh, I'm sure I've gotten that a bunch of times.
Got to watch out for the gators, guys. We're not really in. I mean, I guess that potentially, but I mean, I ain't gonna go walk out in my backyard and see a gator or some shit. So,
I mean, not yet.
So let's do some more of this. This is we're looking at this document, this not so awesome document. So the very first thing on the document is that they're not employed by Channel Awesome. I don't know if that's meant to be a criticism. I mean, like, Channel Awesome doesn't have infinite money to pay out every single fucking person. You know, you're not employees. You're contracted. You fucking... I mean, like, every person who took that deal knew what the deal was going in. It's not like they were lured with promises of pay.
Right. They knew that, you know, they were getting paid basically in plugs for their channel. They're getting their shit under the banner of Channel Awesome, which is going to drive a bunch of fucking people to it.
People do it for the... with it. So hopefully... Hold on. We're back to good status. Can we be stable this time? Okay, I think we're back. Pretty sure, yeah.
Paul, out of frame.
He's not completely out of frame.
Yeah, you only get like 68% of me tonight.
Okay, so the next item, the biggest of their numerous problems is Mike McCowd, the site's CEO. There were two other CEOs when they started, Mike Ellis and Bhargav Raju.
Jesus.
It's a fucking hard name.
What a name.
Both of whom are no longer with the site. The name Greg occasionally appears in this document. This is Mike McCawd's brother who handles the scheduling of producer videos. Okay. Mike owns the IP of the Nostalgia Critic character and is the majority shareholder in the company. So that's something I was kind of fascinated by. Because I think, you know, when you see the Nostalgia Critic, you just assume...
Doug Walker's at the center of that.
You just assume Doug Walker...
I always thought he was.
...owns the Nostalgia Critic, but he doesn't. He plays the Nostalgia Critic, but he doesn't own the character of the Nostalgia Critic. He is... it's owned by this Mike McCowd guy. Mike owns the IP of the Nostalgia Critic character and is the majority shareholder in the company. Okay. On two separate occasions, women were confronted angrily by either Mike Ellis or Mike McCowd being blamed for something a guy they knew did.
Who's Mike Ellis?
Mike Ellis was one of the other guys that started the company, but it's no longer with it.
Okay.
One of those instances resulted in the producer leaving. See Lindsay Ellis section. So what is this? They have some kind of screen cap here. I don't know. Frequently, okay, so basically, here's some allegations of sexism on the company right here. Frequently, if a guy spoke up, it was ignored. If a woman spoke up, they were labeled troublemakers. So basically, they're saying, like, it was a culture there where if a guy said something, I mean, I guess it's not really great to be a guy because you're just ignored, apparently, but women were actually, like, actively in trouble if they spoke up about something.
Okay.
They say Mike would frequently try to bully them. Most of the women felt very uncomfortable talking to him. It was a repeating pattern that he would be more aggressive towards someone speaking up if they were a woman. At least 3 of us were kicked off the site for that very reason when male producers who did the same thing are still on the site. I mean, I don't know if that's true.
Right. Could be true. Could be total fucking bullshit.
Could just be their perception. More details in Sean and Holly's sections, but CA was aware of sexual harassment from Mike Ellis for at least 2 years and did nothing. When he was finally let go, it was for other legal reasons. They were also aware of a prominent producer who was grooming female fans and coerced them into sex and failed to take action for years.
Oh.
See, now we're getting into some more serious accusations.
Right. That becomes, you know.
But if the producers are not employees, then is it even incumbent upon them to do that?
Can I ask you about this term grooming?
Yes.
Isn't that like... Because are they alleging he was grooming an underage female fan? Because I don't think you can groom an adult, can you?
Apparently you can.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, we're in the modern age where women want to be treated like children for some reason.
Sure.
You know, so what used to just be courtship is now, if they don't want it, is grooming. But I don't know. All communication was done via Skype group chat with all the producers. We did not communicate through email, and McCawd would disappear for long periods of time. No one wanted to talk to us. I can say that from my time over there, like, it's not as bad as, like, YouTube levels of non-communication, but there definitely was a problem like trying to communicate with the people running the site.
So you dealt directly with this dude while you were there?
I never I don't think I did deal with the Mike McCoud guy. There was another guy there at the time. I wish I could remember his fucking name, who used to talk to me, and he was my contact at the company, but they fired him. And no one else ever came to me and said, I'm the new person that's taken over that job or anything. Like, it was just like, I didn't know who I was supposed to talk to anymore.
Huh.
So that was kind of lame. What are we talking about? We're talking about Channel Awesome.
Yeah, the Nostalgia Critic and all the surrounding properties.
Yeah, communication was really shit when I was there. Let's take a look at some other shit on here. Okay, listen. This is a part that you took issue with.
Yeah.
This is a thing. This is a commentary on Suburban Nights, which is one of the movies that the Nostalgia Critic made along with some other people on his site. And this is a thing you defended Doug Walker on, and I agreed with you. Doug's style of directing is to tell us to do it more like him. If we pointed out we wouldn't deliver a line like that, he'd tell us, we'll try it both ways. So he could use the take of us doing it his way. We'll try it both ways became a running joke. Now, why don't you go ahead and offer?
I mean, this is just sour grapes. Like, having been a person who's worked a lot with directors and you, as an actor, a performer, if you've got somebody directing your performance, you give them what they want. Like, if you have the type of relationship where you can offer input and say, hey, can we try it this way? And they let you do that. That's nothing but a positive thing. The fact that he didn't use your takes just shows that he knows what he wants from a shot. You're not, like, as a contractor especially, you're not, I like how I just love how they frame it as, like, Doug's style of directing is to try to tell us what to do and how to perform. It's like, yeah, that's a director's fucking job. Yeah, he's got a vision for how he wants the line delivered, and whether or not you agree with that vision doesn't fucking matter. Your vision for the line doesn't matter until you're directing it. Until then, you're a performer, and he is managing your performance. If you're not happy with that arrangement, then good luck working for anybody. Because let me tell you something, dude. When somebody else has a vision for an overall project, and you're on that project, you're either towing the line or they're going to find somebody who does. And that's just a fact. So here's a funny one. It was embarrassing when we were filming in the park, and Doug would start giving directions to passersby like they were part of the production. So once again, I think it's just kind of just like a funny disconnect there. Yeah, I don't know, dude. All of that just seems like the fact that there's so much sour grapes content tacked onto all of this makes me scratch my head a little bit, because that's just 110% sour grapes. He's not doing anything wrong by using his take. I'm sorry, dude. You're not going to convince me that he was somehow stifling you because he gave you direction and used his take. Yeah, what a monster. What a monster. The film that he's organized and directed. The director trying to direct me how to do things. It's like, oh no. If you don't like it, why don't you just walk out? You'd be like, fuck this then. And there's a lot of vagueness too. Like, I don't know why, but that whole, like, this dude was grooming female fans of the show. Well, unless I'm fucking misunderstanding here, unless those female fans of the show were like under 18, then he was just hitting on them. And there's a difference. You can't groom an adult in my mind, unless that adult is like mentally retarded. So here's another thing. This is from the To Boldly Flee movie, I guess. I point to Boldly Flee as the tipping point between maybe they'll change and this is never going to get better. Completely different experience reading the script versus Suburban Nights. This felt long, self-indulgent, sexist, and mean. Scenes that were just quoting other movies verbatim were embarrassing. The excessive scenes with Zod and Terrell were infuriating and ate up time that could have focused on the producers and not more of Doug's shtick. Sour grapes. I mean, it's just like, fucking Doug Walker thinks he's the star just because he fucking is. Yeah, not only does he think he's the director because he is, but he thinks he's also the biggest draw on the channel because he is. It's like, this is bullshit. This is not a criticism. This is sour grapes from people that wish that they owned Channel Awesome. And I'm sorry, if you want to own Channel Awesome, Go start Channel Awesome. And then guess what you'll do? Guess what you'll do? You'll be directing other people, and when they go, hey, I want to try it this way, you're going to go, no, I have a vision. I know how I want this done. You'll deliver it my way. And if you're nice, you'll go, okay, give it to me your way, and we'll try it both ways. Like, he was being nice to you, dipshit. Most directors are going to say, no, you give it to me how I tell you to give it to me.
All right, so here's a girl that maybe her grievances are more valid. Let's take a look. She was not a producer. She actually worked. She's an actual Channel Awesome employee.
Okay.
She worked HR. I was HR for the company. They barely listened to me 5% of the time, maybe. That's probably generous. In general, only when production was falling behind on an anniversary and they needed advice from someone who actually got a degree in directing and stage management. So
more sour grapes. I know how to do their jobs better than they do,
and they don't listen to me.
Yeah, they didn't take my input as the HR person. You know why? Because HR doesn't get input in shit. HR isn't involved in massive production meetings and shit. It's their job to do what they're told, like everybody else.
All right, I'm just gonna scroll through and pick random ones. All right, so let's see what here. This is from Linkara. Lewis Lovehog. What a stupid name. After informing me that I was on the site and they enjoyed my early work, I was told of the plans for the future of that guy with the glasses. If I recall correctly, even then the plan was to eventually rebrand it as Channel Awesome so that the focus wasn't strictly on Doug Walker's work. Okay, how scandalous. All right, I guess there's more. Specifically, the plan was to break the site into various satellite websites, the central one for movies and TV reviews, one focused on video games, one focused on comics and animation, including anime and manga. While I don't think the name Blistered Thumbs existed yet for the game site, there was definitely no... Okay, what am I supposed to be getting from this?
Yeah, how is this a critique, or is this just... Like, is just telling us the structure of that guy with the glasses / Channel Awesome a critique of it?
Since I was young, eager, and enthusiastic about the idea of managing a collection of sites, I started looking for talent. I put together a contest for people to submit their work. Blah blah blah. Oh, he's basically just bitching that this stuff that he was told about never happened. It's like, you know, not every fucking plan, not everything goes according to plans all the time, you know.
Yeah. Kill this dog.
Go stab him. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just seeing a whole lot of fucking nothing in this goddamn document. Like, maybe they shouldn't have loaded it down with so much shit. Maybe they should have just focused on some key things that were bad. Instead of, throwing the kitchen sink at the fucking property. Like, yeah, this is gonna hit. This is gonna hit big. Beth Elderkin. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just a lot of bullshit. Like, it just seems like a bunch of people that are mad because they couldn't be the nostalgia critic. Like, how come I'm not as popular as Doug Walker? It's because they're holding me down. Why come Doug Walker didn't listen to me? It's like, you know, I mean, like, not all of you had the same potential, you know, I'm sorry. I know you wish that you were on that level or whatever, most of you weren't. Like, I've seen a Linkara video. That shit's awful. I don't know how, like, let's just see, let's see what kind of fucking content that first bitch, Obscurus Lupa, who thinks she's hot shit.
Yeah, what was she adding to the mix here?
Let's just fucking see, you know? Let's see, here's a review. Here's her review in the room. Let's just take a listen. All right, random interval. See if this comes across as like, this could be the next nostalgia critic. If only she'd caught a break. Come on.
Why is it playing through speakers?
I don't know. For some reason, it's playing through the speakers.
Fan diddly task.
I love how the audio setup changed from earlier today, so fuck that, whatever. I'm guaranteeing you it's not even on the fucking level.
No, it isn't. Yeah, I mean, the only things that stand out as possible... Like,
holy shit, this is strong. That's crazy.
You got a strong one?
Yeah, dude. That was like pure alcohol that just shot in my mouth. This is going to fuck me up.
Sweet.
Goddamn cat.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, I mean, maybe we're just fucking contrary and neckbeard assholes, but...
Nah, dude, we're not. The only thing that was really, like...
I mean,
worrisome about that is if they're, like, sexually harassing or treating women differently specifically because they're women and shit. Like, that's a worrying business practice.
If some of the allegations of sexism on the part of the company are true, then that's a problem. But like stuff like Doug wanted us to shoot the scene his way, it's like, fuck you. Who cares? I'm supposed to cry about that. I mean, he obviously knows what he's doing. He's still getting fucking 1 million views a video or more.
Yeah. I mean, I've been on the other end of this. Like, I've been in their position, or at least something close to their position.
Yeah, with Vadim.
Well, not only with Vadim, but just my position with the Drunken Peasants was very similar to their position. I was an independent contractor with the Drunken Peasants. I was not a stakeholder in it. And I took direction from you guys. You know what I mean? The people who founded the fucking show got to tell me how to tailor my fucking performance. If there was something I was doing that was wrong, they told me how to do it, and I did it their way. That's just part of the job. So a lot of this shit is just sour grapes for sure. Now that I've heard more of it, I'm just even more convinced of that, because some of that shit didn't even come off as a critique.
It's just endless, too. Like, it's just a huge document. I just wish that they would have boiled it down to the super serious stuff and just not thrown the whole, like, they just, like, threw everything in there. It's like...
Well, the fact that they did that kind of leads me to believe that there really isn't much. You know, if anything is going on, it's not really much, because you wouldn't throw all this other sour grapes nonsense in there if you had a big smoking gun. There'd be a whole document about that one smoking gun.
Yeah, these excessive emoji posters, you can feel free to time those motherfuckers out. I don't think we need someone that fucking posts like 20,000 bananas or 20,000 glasses of some liquid or whatever the fuck. No one cares about this shit. Actually, lots of people do. Shit ton of people do.
Including you, who's here watching it, dipshit. Vámonos if you don't care.
Yeah.
Vaya con Dios, faggot.
Yeah, I mean, like, what do you think this stream is for you? This is just me and Paul wasting time.
Yeah. TJ came to me and he was like, dude, I'm going to do a stream tonight just for PB Free Space 3. What do you say, man? And I was like, yeah, dude, we really got to take care of that fucking guy. He's been a supporter for a long time.
No one is getting, I don't think they're getting banned. They're just getting timed out for being annoying shits.
You're going to time their faggoty asses. Put the dunce cap on them.
I'm not even censoring it. Cool, whatever his name is. Coolman's censoring it. Oh, yeah. J Dark, you could be a mod, too, since you're a mod on one of my other ones.
Dude, you are censoring their freeze peach, though, dude. their precious freeze peach.
Where the fuck? Oh, there he is. I almost put him in timeout. I'm like, yeah, Adam is a mod. No.
Time him out.
There you go. You're a mod, too. Lots of mods. TJ decided to go full SJW and dye his hair blue. Yeah, and I dyed my eyes red, too.
Dude, you don't look bad with the blue hair, dude. You might be able to pull that shit off IRL, man.
Paul's trying to sabotage me.
Come on, man. Looks pretty good.
Give it a shot, TJ. Come on. Come on. The tism is strong in here. When is it not?
Yeah.
When have we ever done one of these and it's like, man, the chat was really intellectual tonight. A lot of really bright people with a lot of interesting ideas. I am intrigued.
Every once in a blue moon, I'll have a stream like that, like where the chat is generally like on topic and they, you know, most of it is good. And as soon as I mention it, it goes to shit. I'll be like, wow. No, chat seems like on the ball tonight. Like, what's this? Like, every one of these comments is coherent and like a, and then like as soon as that happens,
oh shit! They're like, all the trolls are like, wait a minute, hell no, not on my watch.
Kind of does look like Shirt Guy when he had his blue hair and goatee combo.
I want to show you something. This is funny.
Mayo de dong.
Wait, where'd it go? Oh, that's not even the right part. Let me just show you this. Add source, screen capture. How does this make sense?
That bar looks a little lopsided.
Yeah, you know, I mean...
Something wrong with this picture, folks.
Wait a minute now. I miss Shirt Guy. Shirt Guy's not gone. He still pops up in here every now and then. What's been a dream you guys had that stuck out to you?
A dream? I had this dream when I was a kid that I got to go to Epcot. And I imagined, like, the inside of Epcot was this. There was a giant swimming pool in there. And all these flags from all the different countries. And in the dream, when we got in there, I was like, oh, wow, it's Epcot, man, fucking A. And then I had to poop in the dream. And so I walked to a bathroom in Epcot and sat down and pulled my pants down and sat on the toilet. And then all of a sudden, circus music started playing, like, and like the whole toilet lifted up out of the stall and onto like a roller coaster track. And I was zooming around the inside of Epcot on a toilet going, oh, God, no. And all the people were like laughing and pointing at me like, ah. I don't know what that means, but that one definitely stuck out in my mind.
That is pretty classic.
Pizza.
Punish them, daddy. Lol. What? Marshall Manson says it needs to be a short movie or cartoon. Why don't you direct it?
Yeah, Marshall. Get on that, man. Become a cartoonist.
What is Epcot? It's an experimental prototype community of the future, or of tomorrow, rather. Sorry. It's just a theme park, a Disney theme park. It's not really very ride-centric. It has rides, but it's more about
food and culture and all that shit.
Yeah, and it's got a bunch of like little shops and stuff.
Science. It's pretty neat. Probably my least favorite of the Disney parks or whatever. Well, I guess I never went to the other one. There's 3 of them, and I only went to 2 when we went.
Yeah. Epcot is a place at Disney World. Yeah. It's fun.
It's the big dome thing is the center of it. That's what I was dreaming. I dreamed all that took place inside that big dome, which if you actually see it, makes no sense. It's big, but it's not big enough for that. But I used to imagine it as a kid as this giant fucking dome, just like I thought the whole park was the dome. So
Paul is a filthy Bavarian.
A Bavarian?
I guess.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
You're a fucking Bavarian, dude.
Based on my knowledge of Freudian psychology, I interpret Paul's dream as having repressed sexual attraction to his mother. Hey, buddy. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is an Oedipus thing. I don't really see how, but once again, I don't have any knowledge of Freudian psychology, so.
The boardwalk, I mean, I like the boardwalk. I mean, they got some cool shops around, especially like in Japan and shit. We spent a long time in the Japan store.
The eating situation there needs work, is what I learned.
You really just need to have reservations, or it's not even worth it.
Yeah,
and we didn't, because
we had no reservations.
We're not planners, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
The German section of Epcot has the best sauerkraut sausage I've ever had. Well, I mean, it sucks because Epcot has a lot of good restaurants, but we couldn't get in any of them. There was just too many people, too crowded.
Yep.
Everywhere we went, they're like, need reservations. Like, fuck.
And the places that didn't, I was not impressed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just like dog shit.
Like, we went to this Mexican place that was across from the sit-down Mexican restaurant. It's like the fast food Mexican. It was dog shit, dude. It was just like cafeteria food or some shit. I was like, oh. I think they just fill it with all kinds of different stalls, different kind of street foods and shit, but there really wasn't much of that.
TJ, I am here only because DP is lagging. I mean, because I love you. Well, DP is lagging because we're fucking DDoSing them, obviously.
Yep.
You should just go tell all the DP people, hey, TJ's DDoSing, so you might as well just go watch this stream instead. Much better.
How quickly would you get banned?
Do you remember Disney World before all the pass shit? I don't really. I mean, I've been there as a kid, but I don't really remember what it was like before all the passes and things.
I went to Disneyland a bunch of times before there were any passes. That used to be cool, though, because, like, one time I went there and my foot was all fucked up, and so I was in a wheelchair. And, dude, you get right to the front of the line if you've got somebody with a wheelchair. Your whole family goes with you.
All right, bring them on up.
You go in the exit. It's awesome. Like, they tell you when you rent the wheelchair for the day or whatever, they're like, yeah, you don't bother getting in line. Just go through the exit, and they'll put you on a train.
Cool.
And that's literally what you do. You go right in where people come out, and they put you right on the ride.
I love the place where you can get all the different types of sodas. The bitter soda was the most interesting.
That place was cool.
I couldn't hang in that place. I was like, man, I gotta get out of here. Too many people.
It was packed. It was pretty fucked up. Everywhere like that was that way.
Yeah, I just can't take it.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that keeps me from fucking leaving the house and shit too, dude. I've been, like, it's not even really anxiety. It's just not wanting to deal with other people. Like, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want them talking to me. I don't want to have to fucking
they're just bothersome.
Hear them, smell them. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I keep the people around me that I like to spend time with. And if I don't like to spend time with you, chances are I don't see you very often. So
I'm not too fat to ride roller coasters. So, I mean, if you're about the same level as fat as me and Paul rode some roller coasters.
Yeah. I've only been too fat one time, interestingly enough, in Texas. Of all fucking places to be too fat to ride a roller coaster, one of the fattest places in the world. But yeah, when I was in Texas, we went to Six Flags San Antonio or whatever the fuck. And their big ride, the Rattler, the Iron Rattler. And it looked like a cool-ass fucking ride, too. And I got all the way up to the front, got in, and my shit felt like it clicked, like I was in there, but they kept coming by and pushing on me, pushing the crossbar down harder. And then, like, the train wasn't going anywhere. And then finally one of them walked up to me, and they were like, sir, we can't get your harness down all the way. You're going to have to. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, fuck.
Man, I went to, I had that shit. I mean, I was able to ride it ultimately, but that Harry Potter ride in Universal, like,
That's a squeeze.
I was there a couple years back, and there was no problem. I went back this last time, and it was like, it was hell trying to get that seat to click the prerequisite amount of times, you know? Like, they're like, you got to take a deep breath outwards and shit, like, exhale. And then when it finally was on, it's like, okay, I feel like I'm being suffocated to death, but I guess I'm technically fitting.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I need to lose some weight. And then I never did. I was like, when I get back home, it's a diet for me. That diet has still not happened. I just ate 3 pieces of pizza, and I'm already fucking wanting more, so.
Well, there's a bunch more out there.
Yeah. Kill all fat people. The economy would suffer tremendously. Think about all the jobs that would be lost if us fat fucks were dead.
Yeah, all the fat service industry jobs, dude.
Yeah.
Bariatric diapers and...
The future is fat. The present's fat.
6X sweatpants. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
We're infusing money into this economy, man.
Hey, BJ. What?
BJ Gurk.
BJ Jerk. Thick. Yeah, that's the nice word when you're fat. Just be like, I'm not fat, I'm thick. Paul, what kind of juice you vaping on?
Bubblicious grape vape, as always, dude.
Stomach sleeve TJ when? What?
Oh, he's talking about vertical sleeve gastrectomy. It's one of the bariatric surgery options. Probably the best one.
Oh, is that the one Boogie got?
Mm-hmm. I think so. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't really watch Boogie, so.
Dude, your screen reminds me of a 90s GIF website. Yeah.
Cool.
I was kind of going for that cluttered, terribly composed, too many things moving and happening kind of
You just need to play some terrible MIDI music. Like, find a MIDI Marilyn Manson song.
Let's see if I can find one.
Oh, you can. Just find, MIDI Angel with the scabbed wings or something and just have it play constantly in the background.
Can we do it? Let's see. Marilyn Manson MIDI files. Do I have to download these? I don't want to download them. I guess I'll trust this ill-advisedly. Get your ass in there, bitch.
Just slice one of your arms. What?
What? Slice one of your arms? Why?
To let the pain out, dude.
Okay. Sure. Let's do it. Sounds good. All right. Oh, that's just the window. Why won't the file add? What the fuck is going on here? Add source. Audio. Video. Media. That's what I want.
Paul, Mr. Repsian is having a stroke on live stream. Okay,
They
cool.
tried to get me with that before.
Oh, really? The same thing?
Yeah, exactly the same.
What the fuck?
All right, apparently the MIDI file will not open.
Okay.
So, whatever, fuck it.
Fair enough. It's 90s enough, I guess.
Angel with the scab wings. Maybe I can find a MIDI version on YouTube. Maybe there's like MIDI channels. I guess it's because I don't have Flash installed. Oh, shit.
Money for neckbeards. Thank you, Silver Flare. Neckbeards love money.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's playing through that speaker. Money for neckbeards. It's the first money we've got all stream.
It's true.
Bunch of stingy bastards.
It's because you didn't couch this one as an e-beg to $1 million a-thon like you did last time.
Yeah. That worked better than I actually thought.
Yeah.
I thought no one would give because they're like, man, this is fucking bullshit. But then people kept giving like, yeah, he's going to make it. Like, what? You guys are missing the point. You're supposed to comedically give me nothing. But whatever.
It worked out.
You just need a big God TV radio banner. Okay. It is pretty funny that my late night, my 2 a.m. fucking, e-bag to $1 million thing made more money than an episode of The Drunken Peasants can manage now, though.
Ouch.
I mean,
Come on, TJ.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Why are you throwing shade, TJ? Come on.
I'm not. I mean, it's just kind of funny. I mean, you can't deny that it's funny.
It is pretty goddamn funny.
Insert lie about some other stream. Holy shit, we got to check that out quick.
I love how they think that Mr. Repsian is going to,
oh my God, let's make sure Mr. Repsion's all right.
Like, I don't hate Mr. Repsian, but...
Yeah, I ain't wringing my hands. Do you still find Caitlyn Jenner hot, you degenerate? Why wasn't she on your bodacious babes list? I think the answer is obvious. She's too hot.
Yeah.
No other woman can compete.
We set aside Caitlyn Jenner.
I'm making up for, like how we set aside Jude Law because he's just so much more attractive than everyone else.
Exactly.
We did the same thing with Caitlyn Jenner. I'm making up for the rest of the chat. Here you go. You don't make you better keep chilling off money because man, that ain't even close to enough.
Dude, look at Silver Flare out here carrying all your water for you. Carrying all your water for you, chat.
Yeah, I mean, I might need the MIDI thing in a second, but I need to figure out why the fucking sound is playing through the goddamn speakers all the fucking sudden. So, hold on. I'm assuming that somehow the default settings got messed up and it's going to be a big
voice meter get closed or something.
No, the voice meter is open. It literally hasn't been touched since earlier when we were doing this. It must have something to do with the update that fucking
Oh, yeah, that's right. Right before we started this, you were like, XSplit update. Great.
So I knew, like, okay, so basically what you're telling me is there's going to be problems.
Throwing
Cool.
beef.
All right, so these settings look all right. Something must have happened to the default settings of the computer itself. So let's just see. Playback devices. What's set as the default now? Probably the wrong fucking thing. It is.
Yep, there it is.
NVIDIA high definition audio is now set as the default for some stupid fucking reason.
Because I'd like all my sound to play out of one of my 4 monitors.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Not my headphones.
Let's see. I need to figure out what... I don't know which ones should be.
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, maybe I just... All right, you know what? I'll just fuck with this later.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is happening. Never mind.
Paul, sit up straight. This is why you have back pain. Suck my dick. I'll sit up straight if you come over here and blow me. How's that? I'll sit straight as a fucking arrow while you blow me. Till then, I'm chilling, man. I'm kicking the fuck back.
What's the worst thing you guys have ever tasted? Your mom's pussy was pretty nasty.
Damn. Yeah,
No, I don't know, man. Probably, there was this time, I've told this story before, it's not really much of a tale or anything, but one time at this bar, I got some fucked up au jus for a fucking French dip.
Oh.
And, like, basically, it was just pure concentrated salt liquid. It was like, you know, it would be like dipping your sandwich in something that was like 20 times saltier than soy sauce or something. It was just wretched.
That's horrifying.
And it dried out my whole mouth the second it touched my lips. It was just disgusting. I made the waiter literally eat some of it just because I was like, no, there's no way that I'm not fucking sharing this pain with somebody. This is what you served to me, you piece of shit.
For me, it's probably just sushi, honestly.
I had sushi today. It was really good.
Like a normal roll of sushi or whatever, I'll throw up. I will. I have trouble even keeping it down. I don't like the texture. I don't like the taste.
It's awesome. When am I going to shoot up YouTube HQ? Well, obviously they beefed up security now, so my plans are fucked.
Yeah. There goes the long-term plan.
Do you have a favorite Louis C.K. bit? My favorite's when he whips out his dick in front of female comedians.
Yeah.
And jerks off.
I was like, is it okay if I jerk off in front of you? Man, that bit.
That's some funny shit.
It'll never get old. I don't know. I'm trying to think of my favorite Louis C.K. riff. I mean, I just like him a lot. All of his specials seem to have a great flow to him. Like, he's just got a great rapport with the audience right off the bat.
He did this great bit about the word amazing that I really like. He's pretty much the only comedian that can talk about his stupid fucking kids and it's actually funny. Because usually when a comedian starts talking about their kids, it's like, it's over. Like, I used to really like Patton Oswalt, but he got to this phase in his career where all he could fucking talk about is being a parent, and now he sucks.
Yeah.
So bad.
Who else was that? I watched, you know, that Ian Michael Black?
Yeah.
I watched some of his stand-up the other day, and it was the same shit.
Yeah, like, it's like the kiss of death for most of these comics, dude.
He's like a father now, and like 90% of his act is like, look at all this crazy shit my little fucking kid did. And it's like, who cares?
Yeah, like, fuck off. No one cares about your stupid goddamn kid. It's not funny. It's not interesting.
My wiener fell off. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Paul believes in the fat ethno-state.
How is that an ethnicity?
Yeah, it's not an ethno. It's a fatno-state.
Yeah.
Favorite Bill Hicks bit? I really like the Waffle House bit. I really like a lot of his stuff on cigarettes.
I love his rant against advertising. That's one of my favorite moments in any of his sets because he gets all those idiots like clapping. He's like, yeah, anybody out there in advertising or marketing? And, you know, a few people like clap, clap, clap. Like, just kill yourself. Do us all a favor and kill yourselves right now. He goes on a fucking tirade about how they are everything that's wrong with the world.
Yeah, dude.
They're vampires that are sucking the world dry.
And then he fucking starts joking about how they're perceiving his bitch like, ooh, he's going for that righteous indignation dollar. That's a good market.
Yep.
Big market right there.
Yep. I love that shit. I used to love how free he was to just like...
Oh, his shit making fun of Jay Leno, too.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. I love how free he was to just go in and out of those weird characters, too. Goat Boy and shit. How that would crop up all throughout his act. Yeah. I love Hicks, dude.
Good stuff. I love his Satan impression.
Yeah.
It's always good. His drugs have done good things for us a bit and all that. I mean, there's all kinds of good stuff. I hate this Alex Jones as Bill Hicks thing because it's so insulting.
Yeah.
To Bill. So much better than Alex Jones could ever fucking even dream of being. Will Tom Hardy play a decent Venom? I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
I mean, the jury's out on that one.
I think he's a good choice. I think he's a good actor.
It really just depends on, first of all, it's going to be, a lot is going to rest on how Venom looks. Is he actually going to look like the character that we know? They couldn't really fuck it up worse than they did in Spider-Man 3. Although, never say never.
Yeah, that's the sad thing about a character like Venom is that he's almost guaranteed to just be a big blob of CGI most of the time, which is, I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll be able to make it look good, but I ain't holding my breath.
Stiff, sturdy boner. All right.
Hicks does an amazing cricket noise. Yeah, dude. I tried to learn.
Yeah.
I tried to learn it when I was a kid because I wanted to emulate the ability to do that because it would be such a good storytelling device. But I've never been able to do the cricket noise. He had a perfect cricket noise.
It sounded. I mean, like you couldn't tell the difference between it and like a real
cricket,
like crickets outside. You know.
Yep.
Because he wasn't doing an impersonation of a cricket. He was doing an impersonation of, like, the sound of, like, a bunch of crickets outside your fucking house.
Yep.
And he didn't overuse it, you know. He used it sparingly, but it was fucking perfect. Paul, are you ready for Hellraiser 11?
Apparently that's being worked on, so...
Is it?
Yep.
Wow. They're still not done, huh?
Nope. So I'm in it to win it with that franchise, man. I'll review everything. I have to keep it current. So yeah, I guess I'm ready for it. I want to see Cutface torture a bunch of Mormons and shit. I'm down with that.
You really think Cutface will even be back?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, like honestly, he was probably one of the better things about that movie. You know, if I was trying to find a way to praise it, I would say that, you know, Cutface's performance. I actually didn't know this at the time I did the review, but the guy that plays Cutface is also the director of that film.
Oh, really?
Which is interesting. Yeah.
Oh, so he'll definitely be back if he's directing.
Oh, yeah.
If he keeps directing. Yeah, I'm trying to find some information about it. I don't see anything about another one yet.
Watch the Dungeons and Dragons movie sequels. I haven't even heard of those. I'm sure that they're awful.
I mean,
one of the ones I want to try and find all the straight-to-video sequels of is Point Break. Apparently, Point Break has a bunch of really, really shitty straight-to-video movies that nobody's ever fucking heard of and that I can't find because they're so obscure.
You know, we watched a way worse movie than Swamp Ape recently with a similar premise.
Mm-hmm.
It was called Sex Squatch.
Sex Squatch.
And it was beyond wretched.
Yeah.
It's like the person who was writing it thought they were clever, but they're not.
They really were not.
And, like, he kept, like, talking about edgy shit, but he wouldn't actually show it. Like, there'd be, like, implications, like, she's taking a shit right now. Isn't that funny? But it's like her pants aren't even down. She's just, like, pantomiming stuff. So there was like they didn't have the balls to actually do all the depraved shit they were just insinuating.
And the sex squatch was like a vocal character too. He talked, which killed a lot of it too. He was just like he would talk. He had like a British accent, and he would wander around talking about butthole. Yes, I want to fuck butthole, and it's like, what? Aren't you a Sasquatch? What's going on?
Hellraiser 11 is gonna be the one where Pinhead and the Chatterer get together.
I just hope they make the Chatterer actually chatter again, because putting that fucking shitty Halloween mask in the movie was not working for me.
Poor Paul.
He's my favorite fucking Cenobite, dude. He's the coolest Cenobite.
Are you still doing Cynics versus Cinema? We're actually going to do one tomorrow.
Yep. One tomorrow, and then a one for the patrons this weekend.
Paul is working on a new review as well.
Yep.
And a new list some point in the future. Did he have a big plastic dick? No, he didn't.
Yeah, there was no
That's
dick.
The thing is, like, it didn't even have the balls to go as far as Swamp Ape.
That was the great thing about Swamp Ape, was that they had the balls to give him a red rocket and show it and shit.
Don't even mention Blood Orgy of the She-Devils. That was fucking horrible.
Puke Orgy of the She-Devils.
I just saw Best Fiends or Friends with Tommy Wiseau. It was awful. Well, what'd you expect? You know?
It's got Tommy Wiseau in it, and he directs. I mean...
Well, he didn't direct it, but...
Oh, he didn't?
No.
I thought he did.
He just starred in it. We were there for the 9-hour Cinema for Cynics. I don't think that's going to be happening again, but, you know, who knows? Maybe if alcohol gets involved, crazy things will happen.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the AVGN movie? Never seen it.
Yep, never seen it.
Lots of people have aspirations of making a movie, but a bunch of them have no self-reflection skills. At least companies like Red Letter Media admit that their movies are kind of crap, but are just fun.
Well, you can tell, like, that's one thing about bad movies. When you watch a lot of them, you can tell the ones that were just born out of a corporate desire to, like, try and cash in on a thing. And you can tell the ones that were done with a sense of fun. And the ones that where people had fun making them are always better to watch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's always, I mean, like, because, you know, it's impossible if someone actually cares on some level about what they're doing, even if they don't have the fundamentals of filmmaking down.
I mean, we've seen that a bunch of times on Cynics versus Cinema, like the Evil Cat.
Evil Cat, you know, or even
Reanimator of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't great, and sometimes it was painful, but, like, you still felt the fucking passion. You still felt like this person really cares about what they're fucking creating.
Yeah,
here.
It was a passion project, and he worked on it for a bunch of time, and he put it out. You know what I mean? There's something about that. You can tell when the intentions were pure.
Yeah, you know. It's part of the reason why The Room works so well is because, like, you know, maybe like, in most senses it's fucking awful, but, you know, you could still feel like, oh, there's a real passion behind this.
Yes.
There's a total ineptitude as well, but there's still some passion.
On the other end of that spectrum, somebody just mentioned Food Fight, a perfect example of the opposite end of that, a totally shit movie that was made by corporate committee with no passion in it whatsoever, and it's way harder to watch than even a shitty VHS camcorder movie like Evil Cat was. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that passion comes through in a movie.
What do you think of Marilyn Manson's recent live performances? I've watched a lot of his live shit from recent times. It's mostly been good. I think that I've seen this question asked before. I don't know if it's been you every time. But yeah, he did have that one really shit performance, but...
You've told me in the past that, like, you never really know what Manson you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, you don't, because, like, there's different levels of drunkenness and shit, but, like, it seems like on this tour, for the most part, he's had it together. Now, there was that one disastrous show where he was fucked up beyond belief and he couldn't really fucking perform. But I think for the most part, he's done a good job on this tour. I mean, like, I think it's been actually an improvement over previous tours I've seen, but because there was that one that was just a super disaster, there's this impression going around that they're just all like that now. Yeah. I mean, if it was just show after show of that shit, no one would be going at this point. Or maybe more people would be going just to fucking have fun and laugh at his expense. I don't know.
Going to see Manson and Zombie this summer? That'd be cool, dude.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe trying to drive out to Houston to see that, but I don't know. It's just so fucking
That's
far.
a long drive, dude.
It's just so fucking far.
I mean, it's not. I guess Houston isn't as
about
bad.
6 hours.
Yeah, I'm thinking from San Antonio. That's that fucking drive, dude. Never again.
Oh, that's supposed to be a layer up. Sorry about that. Sorry to divert the conversation, but what are your theories on Kurt Cobain's suicide? Always hear Paul bring it up. All right, Paul, you want to go into that?
I mean, yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to let Paul tell you about Kurt Cobain's suicide while I go smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, TJ, go smoke.
Is that all right with you, Paul?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Because I've heard the shit before.
I mean, I don't know for an absolute fact that Kurt committed suicide. It's very possible that he did, or was murdered. It's very possible that he did commit suicide, but there's just a lot of irregularities in the investigation, not only on the part of the police department, but on the part of Courtney Love, who hired... Because if you'll remember, Kurt was MIA for a while before they found him dead. He left a rehab in Europe and kind of went off the grid. He wasn't talking to anybody. And during that time, Courtney Love hired a private investigator to try and find him. And that private investigator, as part of the investigation, entered Kurt's house with a mutual friend of Courtney and his. Actually, a friend of Courtney's that had become a friend of his. And that friend led him through the house to look for signs that Kurt had been there. And they found absolutely nothing. That dude who knew Kurt and stayed at that house, actually lived with them for a period of time, did not take the private investigator. And this was literally a day before Kurt was found. Did not take the private investigator into the room over the garage, which was known to be Kurt's favorite room in the house. It was where he went to chill, to get away from everybody and write and hang out and shoot dope or whatever it was he wanted to do. Just decided not to take the PI into that room. On top of that, the day that Kurt was found, a suicide note was also found on Courtney's bed. And it was not there literal hours before when the PI was there. Now, is it possible that Kurt, during those intervening hours, killed himself and put the note down? Yes. Is it suspicious that this PI was taken to the house to show him around so he could look for signs of Kurt and they didn't take him to Kurt's favorite fucking place in the house? Yes. It's incredibly suspicious, given the fact that his corpse was found like 24 hours fucking later. There are lots of irregularities in the police investigation as well. A lot of them center around the gun itself and its placement relative to the body. I just recommend to people, go watch Soaked in Bleach. Keep an open mind. Take it with a grain of salt. And see if you don't leave scratching your head wondering, like, well, a lot of this doesn't make sense. Like, a good portion of this doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, then why is the official story not changed? Do you still think Incesticide is better than In Utero? Yes. I think, Incesticide is my favorite album of Nirvana's, so I think it's better than all of their shit, honestly. But
I probably like In Utero the best.
In Utero, like, that doesn't, in my mind, saying that doesn't take away from the brilliance of any of their albums. I mean, all of them are fucking brilliant.
They didn't run around long enough to put out a bad album.
But I really like early Nirvana better than anything else. It's just really, really raw. Bleach and Incesticide.
Dude, there used to be this fucking kid at my school that he was one of those kids that liked to lie a lot. Tell these tall tales and shit.
Yeah.
And, everyone always knew he was full of shit. We could never prove it. But one time, I guess he got into Nirvana and he didn't know Kurt Cobain was dead. So he started talking about how he, like, went to this Nirvana concert and he met Kurt and all this shit. And he's like,
Whoops.
yeah, and Kurt signed this stuff for me and blah, blah, blah. And, all these things. Total bullshit.
Wow.
And we just, like, kept, yeah, what else did Kurt do?
He just kept feeding it.
Yeah, and then at the end, we're just like, Kurt's dead. He's been dead for like 5 years. Or whatever.
Uh-oh.
Oops. So that's pretty funny. I actually did have a friend in school who did get a piggyback ride from Twiggy Ramirez of Marilyn Manson.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because they were here in New Orleans recording Antichrist Superstar, and I guess somehow like his fucking parents knew some music people in the area and whatever, and I guess Twiggy was giving all the kids fucking piggyback rides up and down the fucking streets of New Orleans and shit.
That's pretty awesome. Incesticide isn't really a studio album, more of a it's not. It wasn't conceived as a total album. It was
like B-sides and shit, right?
Yeah, it's B-sides and singles from the early days. Some of the stuff that was cut from Bleach, and just some singles and extra songs and shit. But I mean, I just love the raw recording sound on Incesticide.
Do you think
sounds really lo-fi?
This is an interesting question. Do you think premature deaths have an influence on the popularity and perception of an artist?
Absolutely.
I certainly think they can. Well, I mean, it's just like if Kurt Cobain had lived, chances are he would have put out some bad albums.
Yeah, I mean, he would have lived long enough to put out something that wasn't instantly considered a fucking unassailable classic. I mean, that just happens with every artist.
Sure. I mean, it doesn't... I mean, like, look, there's plenty of artists who... Like, look at the career of Johnny Cash, for instance. He had his heyday in the fucking 50s and 60s and a little bit into the 70s. And throughout most of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, he was pretty much gone. Like, he was still doing music, but no one gave a flying fuck about it. But then he had this, like, second renaissance towards the end of his life where people rediscovered his music, and he started doing stuff produced by Rick Rubin and shit, and it brought his work to a whole new fucking audience and shit. So, I mean, like, you can have careers that go like that where, someone is a huge guy, and then he's a has-been, and then he gets back into the fucking spotlight. I mean, like, that can happen. There's careers that take really weird trajectories. Like, think about the career of, this is not a musician, but a comedian, but I mean, it's the same showbiz principles. Rodney Dangerfield didn't even really get big until he was old.
Yeah.
He was...
despite being in the game for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, he'd been a comedian since he was in his 20s, didn't really get that mainstream popularity and appeal until he was, like, in his, like, mid-50s or so, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can have some really weird career trajectories, but for the most part, people put out good shit when they're young, and they care, and then they lose their passion or they lose their way, and they put out some dog shit.
Yeah, I think a lot of times when these artists die young, it just solidifies their work. Like, they die at their peak. You know what I mean? When you die at your peak, then your legend just gets all the more, profound.
Oh, yeah.
Because you never made anything bad. You know what I mean? You can't point at a single bad, like, it's like Freddie Mercury, you know what I mean? It's the same way. Had he lived long enough to create something shitty, people would probably have a different perception of him.
Yeah. But I think Kurt would still be legend. I think
Freddie would be too.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury definitely would be. Nine Inch Nails' version of Hurt is better than Cash. I mean, I think they're very different fucking songs. I mean, even though all of the lyrics except for one word are the same, it's just the difference of the people singing the songs and how they're sung and the emotions conveyed are very fucking different. Like, Kurt's song has kind of like a existential, nihilistic fucking sort of like, and plus
Trent's.
Trent's existential, nihilistic sort of, I'm at the end of my rope kind of feel. Johnny Cash's is more like, I'm looking back at my life and just what did it even amount to, and so I mean, it's a very different fucking song just because of the different people singing it and how they're singing it and how they're playing it and where it's coming from in their fucking soul. So I like both versions. I can't even really compare them. I think they're very different.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd prefer Kurt's version slightly over Johnny Cash's, but
can you imagine 50-year-old balding Kurt Cobain at the Super Bowl?
I don't have to.
Yeah. That's the good thing about dying young, I guess. My breasts have mold in them. Congratulations. Good
I
times.
don't even know what to say about that, man.
My breasts have mold in them. Chris Cornell, sad face. He's never really a huge Chris Cornell fan, but
Dude had a great voice.
he definitely
Can't deny
did.
that.
Yeah, he did. He did for sure. I'm not saying that he was not of merit or anything. I'm just saying it was never my thing necessarily. I think Kurt's cover of "Man Who Sold the World" is better than the Bowie version for me.
It's definitely more memorable to me.
You guys keep calling Trent Kurt. Sorry.
Kurt, Trent, Kurt.
Kurt Trent. My mold has breasts in them. That sounds better.
Yeah.
For some reason, mold filled with breasts seems like a better prospect than breasts filled with mold. I think they're both probably equally disgusting in practice, but TJ, is it cool if I write a fanfic about you? That's your choice, and I have no input. Kurt would probably be doing crossover songs with Miley Cyrus if he were alive. Maybe.
I mean, I'd like to think that he would have maintained some
Yeah.
like editorial process for what he did, but yeah, maybe. I mean, you never know. I mean, you could speculate endlessly about what these guys would have done.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Brett posts pictures of WoW screen caps on his Twitter. Okay.
Well, I can't imagine why you would keep tabs on that. But good for him, I guess.
Who cares about his WoW screen caps? Thoughts on Chester Bennington? He's dead.
Yeah, he's another guy that's dead.
He also is dead.
I don't know. I guess the closest connection I have to Chester Bennington is I got to see him do a concert once. I was never a really super big fan. So,
If I came to New Orleans, would you have lunch with me, Paul or TJ? Probably not.
yeah. I mean, I just got done talking about how I don't like to leave the house. So,
Who's my favorite Let's player? No one. Brett Keane is pretty cool. Okay.
a dirty manatee
sock. Yeah.
Oh boy.
True or false, Frieza is the greatest animated villain of all time.
False.
I would say false, but he's not bad.
Frollo, dude.
Frollo. I feel his talent was wasted on the new metal scene. Whose? Who you talk about? Chester Bennington? My breasts have gold in them. Gold in them there breasts right now. What's the weirdest experience you've ever had in a dream? I don't know. Why you keep asking about dreams? Favorite prawn star? I don't really know their names. Would you let somebody give you AIDS for $1 million? No. 90% of Asians are lactose intolerant. That would explain why there's not much cheese in Chinese food. Frieza is a bad villain. He could not even tell time. I think that maybe it's just a matter of time doesn't pass the same way in the DBZ universe. Because 5 minutes took about 25 episodes. A real strange trajectory of career, M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, because he went from making really good stuff to really bad stuff to mediocre stuff. Drunken Peasants is live. Well, so is this. My breasts have platinum in them. That seems heavy. Your titties must be sagging to the fucking dirt. What type of cheese on my burger? I don't know. I usually prefer like a cheddar or an American. But blue cheese can be pretty good on a burger. How many years did I grow my hair? I don't even know. My breasts have dolds in them. What the fuck is a dold? 1,206 people watching DP compared to the 324 here. Cool. This is the only obscure right-wing podcast I care about. Neat. Show us your breasts, TJ. All you gotta do is go back and watch my last stream to see that. Favorite Adam Sandler movie? I don't know. That one that Paul Thomas Anderson directed was pretty good. Dorn has nice breasts? I don't think Dorn has nice breasts. I'm pretty sure she doesn't. I'm pretty sure that Dorn has some floppy, disgusting tits. Have the same opinion as me or you're garbage. All right. Ever regret leaving DP? No. Any tattoo ideas for yourself? I would have them if I had some ideas. I just never got into the... I mean, I kind of want tattoos, but I've never been able to figure out, like, oh, that's the tattoo I want, so... Oh, God. Shit. Do you get thirsty? Oh, so do fish get thirsty? What? I don't think so. They're surrounded by water. I don't think they drink. Fucking weed, that weed hit nearly killed me, man. I was nearly dead.
Oh. Oh, man. Holy shit.
I am Scotty. This is a bong rip.
I love that video.
Do I still have a desire to try cocaine? Yes. Your viewer base continues to shrink. You need to start doing more clickbait or something. What?
Thanks for the fucking tip, dude.
Yeah, all right.
Man, you better take that as gold, dude.
I do.
Typical normal person. The typical normal person just gave you advice, dude. You better take it. The one, the only. The successful fucking YouTube auteur. Typical no one person.
I love when they compare the views of this stream to like DP views.
Yeah.
Like, why would this isn't even a show.
This is our like turd dropping channels.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have fun doing this shit, but we're not trying to curate this into some fucking content that has a great reach outside of the fan base. I mean, it's just us chilling and hanging out and talking shit with the people that watch our stuff.
Who are some of your favorite SNL members? Andy Kaufman. I think I really liked when Norm Macdonald did the fucking news.
Steve Martin for me is definitely
at
the top of the heap. He was my favorite to watch back when I was a kid when they would do the old reruns and
fucking, shit. God, what's it? Chris Farley?
I mean,
stuff.
Fucking Eddie Murphy was a member of the cast.
Eddie Murphy.
He was fucking amazing.
Yeah, great stuff.
I mean, it's weird to think about because you don't really think of them as Saturday Night Live alums, but the crazy amount of super famous people that got their start right there, pretty fucking insane.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone would be able to get their start there now with the state of that show.
Well, because it's dog shit. It's just safe and lame. Like the reason why Saturday, like I used to tune in as a kid because it was unbelievable the lengths that they would go to fuck on things that you weren't supposed to fuck on. They were in action, like it was a show with some edge to it. They were willing to make dark jokes about things that were being treated as very serious in the media.
Yeah, now it just comes across as like, Here's some Democratic talking points disguised as comedy.
Yeah, they've tried to build it around like here's somebody doing an impersonation of Trump, and it's like, yeah, that always used to be a part of it, but you guys have lost the plot when it comes to the rest of your content. That's why nobody's watching.
TJ, why do YouTubers rarely talk about the equipment they use, the creative process in making videos or coming up with ideas? I think that a lot of us probably just feel like it would come across as pretentious if we talked about our jobs in that way. And also, I think a lot of YouTubers are kind of like protective of how they do their videos in some sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
They don't want people to know how to do it the same way they do.
That's true of like a lot of these different types of professions that are very insular and don't have a very easy endpoint. It's like we were talking about this the other day, sound engineering, right?
Yeah.
We're constantly struggling with sound problems here because none of us are sound engineers, and we're having to try and teach ourselves how to handle multiple mic setups and compressors and all this shit. And when you go looking for information on that, good luck finding a good source of information.
They don't like it. They don't like sharing.
They don't want to share. Like, you know, when you're looking for what kind of equipment do I need for this, you're going to find a bunch of stuff, but none of it's really going to be all that useful. And that's, I think, kind of by design. It's people are protective of their professions. But I think, like, as far as the equipment and shit goes, who cares? Like, I never get asked by anybody, like, what kind of webcam do you use? What kind of program? You know, like, I think people, by and large, that aren't interested in doing this for themselves don't really care about that shit.
Yeah, so, I mean, just for the record, right now, I'm on XSplit. We're using Voice Meter. We're using some fucking pretty expensive microphones. I got a fucking Brio webcam. He's got a I forget what the name is, but it's just it's a
Logitech C920. Or you're talking?
I'm talking about the camera you're on right now, which
the Sparko Cam shit.
No, it's not. We're not doing the Sparko.
Oh, you're talking about this one.
It's through a program. I can't remember. Camlink. We're using a camcorder set up through a thing called Camlink, which uses Gato or Elgato or whatever the fuck. Some sound shit. What is this? Name of this program? Game Capture HD.
It's there's a lot of fucking different things running to make a show like this sound okay.
Even this shitty piece of shit that's on your screen is using a lot of equipment.
Yep.
And a lot of programs and a lot of shit. So, you know, it's usually a little bit more complicated than it looks. Despite expensive or expansive. I didn't say expansive. I said expensive. This mic here, how much is this mic, Paul?
It's about a $350 mic.
Yeah, it's about $350, and the one he's using is probably like $150, something like that.
I've got the exact same one of those upstairs that I use for Cynics versus Cinema. And when
your Streamlabs didn't show up? I'm sorry. Let me just take a look at what the deal is with that. Sometimes they don't go through. But I'll still read it.
Somebody asked, I can't remember now. I had a fucking somebody's question in my mind, and it just flew away on the breeze. Whoopsie daisy.
Whoopsie fucking daisy. This is to Paul. Paul, I think it might be because you're the same person. I think there might be something in here that prevents the same person from doing it too close together or something.
Maybe.
Because I notice that sometimes when people try to do multiple Streamlabs in a row, it stops them. But it says, Paul, you nearly killed me 2 years ago. I was high as fuck watching DP, and you kept going, Stone Boy! And I almost choked on pizza. Unfortunately, I'm still alive, though.
I mean, Stone Boy almost killed me. So, I had a head full of acid. And, I mean, try watching Stone Boy on that, man.
Yeah, I just ended up searching for Lewin for no particular fucking reason.
You were just typing in gibberish words and seeing what came up.
What kind of crazy shit would come up on YouTube. And a lot of it was fucking, at least on acid, was pretty funny. Stun Boy. That was another one of the jokes that was funny as fuck, but Scotty didn't get it.
Well, because he wasn't there when it happened.
But I mean, like, people in the audience got it.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, it was like the Kane thing. Like, we thought it was hilarious.
Different kinds of, it's a different kind of, sense of humor. Scotty's got, like, a very mechanical sense of humor, which is fine. A lot of people have that. A lot of people are that way. And, like, I've got, it's more absurdist humor. I love that kind of humor that defies expectations and is just based on repetition of something that on its own wouldn't be funny.
So here's, since that person donated through Streamlabs, but they didn't get their thing, I'm just going to go ahead and do a test donation. Fuck you, asshole. Because I think we deserve to see that ass.
We deserve to see the booty.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be denied the booty because Streamlabs has some stupid policy.
Just because it doesn't work right all the time.
He paid for the booty.
He paid for the booty. He get the booty. Advice on dealing with a breakup. Just time heals all wounds is my thing on that.
Oh, man, I get that.
There's no... I mean, do you think there's, like, a special, like, concoction you can make in your kitchen? Like, just 3 egg whites, some fucking Worcestershire sauce, and, a little dollop of horseradish, and you just drink that shit up, and boom, you're over. I mean, like, there's nothing like that. You just gotta fucking, deal with it until it stops hurting. And it will eventually.
I have not tried Pimp Monk's Kratom. Maybe I should order some and give it a shot, dude. Try the Kratom.
Show trap butt because of quality. You can just go look at that on your own. You don't have to. I don't have to go do your Google search for you. It's not Lewin like that. It's Liwin, I believe.
Yep.
Drugs help. Yeah, drugs usually do.
They can.
Favorite cinematic interpretation of the devil?
I mean, the first one that springs to mind is Al Pacino in The Devil's Advocate. It's a pretty good portrayal, I think,
I
of
really
Satan.
like Tim Curry's Darkness.
Yeah.
There's been a lot more, I feel like, where I was pissed at the interpretation of the devil. Just, like, annoyed by it. Really hated Gabriel Byrne's devil in that Schwarzenegger flick.
Yeah.
Thought that was shit. I really hate that fat fucking mobster devil they had in that Constantine movie.
How about Malbolgia from Spawn, dude?
Oh, that's got to be the worst.
Devil.
That's got to be the
best
worst.
Devil, dude.
That's got to be the worst. I mean, it's hard to even believe, because I remember watching that movie as a kid and shit.
Yep.
I don't remember coming out of the theater and being like, "Oh my god, that Malbolgia devil was fucking cringy as fuck." But now when I see that, I'm like, how did I not think that?
Yeah. Pazuzu, yeah, that's a good portrayal of the devil, I think.
Pazuzu.
Although I don't know that Pazuzu was supposed to be the devil.
I mean, they made kind of a big deal about it being the devil. But, maybe it's just a fucking demon that has delusions of grandeur. He's cool in the comics. Well, we're not talking about the comics. We're talking about the movie. Gail Kordschuler's version of the devil was the best. I'm the devil. Yeah, I remember that shit. And then he just, like, comes lava on somebody and melts their chest. That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, the Tenacious D Devil was pretty good, too.
Yeah, that line. That was what I was getting at, Andrew. Where you're just like, she doesn't say she's a demon or even several. She says she's the devil himself. TJ, did you ever go to... I did play Cuphead. I realized that the amount of time it would take me to actually get good enough at that game to show people that I was playing it was, like, insanely high. So I stopped. Because the only reason I only really had a fascination with it is, like, maybe I could do a let's play. But then I was like, this is too fucking hard. I have to get so good at this. It's going to take me, like, fucking days to get good enough to even show people how I played. And it still would have been bad.
Is that true? Dave Grohl was the devil in Tenacious D?
Yep.
I did not know that. That's an interesting little factoid.
An interesting little fact.
I will watch that movie differently from now on, knowing that. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, you never knew that?
No, I did not.
Malbolgia was voiced by the same guy that did Dr. Claw and Inspector Gadget. Cool.
Sounds like it.
Too bad they couldn't make his mouth move.
I'll get you, Gadget. What was his cat's name? Remember, he always had the cat. I always loved that about Inspector Gadget. How the villain was just a fist. You never got to see Dr. Claw.
Did you ever see how lame they made him in the live-action movie?
No.
So, they decided that this is what Dr. Claw should fucking look like. Let me just show you this shit. You're gonna fucking flip your shit. Screen capture. Boom.
That is
Fuck you, asshole.
absolutely horrible.
If my girlfriend wants kids and I don't, should I leave?
Absolutely.
Yep, probably.
That is a deal breaker of a difference and will cause nothing but pain and anguish and a breakup later. So you might as well cut the fucking losses now. Unless you think that you might change your mind in time, you know.
Fuck you, asshole.
Favorite sauce on a sandwich? Mine is the patty melt sauce from Whataburger.
Favorite sauce on a sandwich?
I gotta go with the au jus on the fucking roast beef po' boy.
I mean, if that counts, then yeah.
I mean, it's a sauce.
I like the dressing, whatever it is that they use on that Red Osta's po' boy too. I don't know what it is. It's
all that is just the sauce mixing with the mayonnaise from the sandwich.
well, no, oh, really?
Yeah, and it gets more liquidy and stuff.
Yeah, then the au jus is definitely it.
It's that au jus. It mixes with the mayo, and
See, I didn't know
it
that.
forms like a whole new kind of sauce in the sandwich. That's fucking amazing.
I thought that they had like some kind of cream sauce that they made.
It's literally just mayo that's getting diluted down by the juiciness of the au jus that the roast beef is in.
That's a beautiful thing,
And
dude.
it's fucking sexy.
That is a beautiful thing.
I can't enjoy the booty when I just farter.
What?
All right. Man, sometimes the stupidity of a comment just depresses me.
It happens a lot with me.
I'm just like, why did you type that out and then speak and then think like, yeah, this is good, send that in. Eep. Are you a bread kind of guy or a rice kind of guy? I think I'm more of a bread kind of guy.
Do you have to be one of those two?
I don't think you do, but if I have to choose,
I like
choosing
bread when bread is needed, and I like rice when rice is needed. How's that?
How about a fucking rice sandwich, eh?
Yeah, I wouldn't want a rice sandwich, and I wouldn't want a bread stir fry, you know?
Yeah. Advice on dealing with highly religious parents without creating drama. I mean, it's not like you can attack their most sacred, beliefs and they're just not going to be mad about it.
I mean,
But I mean, like, if it's like, the only thing I can say is just fucking try to get out of there as soon as you can.
if you're, the question doesn't really say whether you're still living with them or if you're just trying to deal with them as an adult. Those are two different questions.
That's something I realized about the Kurt Cobain thing is, like, for a lot of these people that are younger, it's like, Kurt's just been dead their whole lives, so it's not like they're really, they don't think of him as like, oh, this is a person that, it was alive that I saw that, made an impact in my lifetime and all that.
Yeah.
So it's almost just like an academic thing for them.
Just part of getting old.
Why does TJ have a sexy naked orange on the screen? I am reporting this stream. That is a tomato, sir. And anyone who identifies it as an orange is a heretic. Do I have your permission to upload clips of these streams to my channel? This shit is too cool to not archive in case of YouTube fuckery. What do you mean by clips? Do you mean you're going to take these whole shows and upload them? Or are you going to take like some best of shit? Because if it's the former, I say I don't like that. If it's the latter, I guess I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I feel the same. If you're just going to take something like one little moment or two little moments out of a stream that you thought were good and put them up, I don't have a problem with that. And we're not doing it, so.
Corey Taylor is more of an icon than Kurt Cobain. Fight me. I think you just defeated yourself. There's no reason for us to fight you.
You just spoke that sentence, so you've auto-defeated yourself.
Yeah, you've already lost. Lol, Paul's ego. Lol, TJ Kirk. Okay. Once again, why bother?
What a contribution.
Hey, Paul and TJ, would you rather eat your poop mixed with pee or pee mixed with poop? All right, can you time that person out right there?
Do it.
You don't need to ban them, but they just need to think about what they've done.
Yep.
For a minute.
Can you deep throat TJ?
It's not hard.
It's not hard.
Yeah, in either sense of the word. TJ, what do you like the most about jank yogurt? I think my favorite thing about jank yogurt is when he goes, "Of course." You know, that's pretty much it.
My favorite thing about him is Devin Tracy's classification of him as a fat brown buffalo, because I can't look at Jank without seeing just a big brown buffalo.
Buffalo. Like, it landed. It worked. I used to you. What? They're just like, oops.
At least they knew that.
Yeah, at least they recognized,
I mean?
like, wait, that's dog shit. I gotta get rid of that. What do you think Manson's legacy would be if he died right after Hollywood? I mean, he'd probably enjoy a greater status than he does now. No argument, huh? Kurt is great, but his death was the defining part about his legacy.
Oh my God, I'm not having this conversation with you.
You
started this argument with the most ridiculous statement anybody's made tonight, and look at this chat. So no, you don't get. The door is not open to further conversation about this with you. Move on.
Yeah, we're not doing it. Maybe someone will bite on that, but it ain't us. Something about being in these chat rooms brings out the autism in me that when I leave, I feel shame of the stuff I've commented. Yeah, I can understand that.
That happens to me. Like, sometimes I watch Twitch a lot, and I usually don't participate. But when I do, it tends to be nonsense. So I can get that. I understand that idea.
My top 3 favorite movies. I really like the film Seven Samurai. I really like The Big Lebowski, and I really like Unforgiven. So
those are good choices. Yeah.
So those are 3 that I really like.
Aliens. Fuck, man. I don't know. One of Paul Thomas Anderson's films. I guess I'll say Boogie Nights, because I mean that might change with my mood. That's the problem with me with these
moods. Yeah.
Yeah, like what mood I'm in and what I happen to be thinking about, and the place I happen to be in just kind of changes my perception of what my favorites are. I guess Night of the Living Dead would have to be on there too. I put that one on there just from the sheer impact I feel like it's had on the direction my life has taken. If any movie like changed my personality, it was probably that one.
I remember when Kurt got shot by that crazy fan while he was with his wife, Yoko Ono.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Trolled us good. I pretended to be retarded. Trolled you. Being a mod makes me want to keep the nonsense to a minimum for some reason. I've noticed that. I've just given people the mod ability, and a lot of times, like, they instantly just fall like, yes, I have a responsibility now. I must set a good example. Like, I just made someone a mod randomly, and they started fucking, like, pimping other shit. Like, go here and watch this. Go here and do that. Like, wow. I didn't even ask you to do any of that.
Yeah.
They just instantly knew, like, this is part of what my new assignment is. I must be impressive as a moderator.
The 2 people that I modded were just people that I noticed had a very high percentage of coherent comments.
Yeah, that was pretty much my criteria, too, is just like, hey, this person seems like they actually have a brain. Mod them.
Like, I'd read a good comment that led to some good shit, and I'd be like, wow, and then they'd do that several times in a stream, and I'm like, okay, well, here's a person that's actually contributing and has an interesting mind and shit.
Are they stupid? Are they a douche?
Maybe.
If the answer to that is both no, then,
I mean, I don't know for sure.
Well, I mean, like, do they act like
They don't act like
I mean,
one.
like, director will
Right.
come in here sometimes, and he's obviously not stupid, but he's a total fucking douche.
Oh, he's a total douche.
total douche.
And I'd hesitate to be so quick to say he's not stupid either.
I mean, he ain't stupid like these fuckers in here. Are
Sure,
stupid.
he's well-spoken, but that don't mean...
Yeah, sure. I get what you're saying, but
Yeah, compared to most of these, though, he's a goddamn genius.
French people don't belong on the moon. Make me a mod. Get out of here.
Whoa.
Can I be a mod?
Yeah, I know.
Let me just tell you this. Anybody who asks to be a mod, the chances of you being a mod decrease by like 1,000%.
Exponentially, dude.
Every time you ask, it gets lower.
Yep.
Like, you have no chance of ever being a mod if you ask to be one. That's just, it's never going to be happen. I want to be a mod. Well, you probably never will be.
0%.
Stick in my mind as someone who's not a retard, and you have a good chance of being a mod, maybe.
That is a good way to do it.
Can I not be a mod? Well, I'm making you a mod just to spite you.
Oh, my God.
What the fuck? Yeah. You tricked me with your clever fucking...
Reverse psychology, dude. Works every time.
Oh, yeah, I just can't help but make you a mod now. There's a positive thinking person. They're just like, I am a mod.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, buddy.
Just like, yeah, I'm not going to ask to be one. I'm just going to tell you I am one. Fuck you.
I came to see the mod scene.
I have nothing better to do with this money, lol. I just like hanging out with you dudes.
Cool.
Yeah, we like hanging out with you when we have the wall of this chat and like distance and separation and stuff.
Yep. And occasional booties.
Yeah. I want to be a mod. I'm a mod of my own channel. Okay. That's good.
Damn.
Real good, guys. Isn't it like 4 a.m. in Louisiana time right now? No, it's 10:27 p.m. You're just like 6 or so hours off. How did I meet Cody Weber? Just through YouTube. Worst movie you've ever watched, excluding anything watched on Cinema for Cynics. Worst movie I've ever watched. I mean, like a lot of the stuff that I find the worst to watch is not stuff that's necessarily just bad in every regard.
Yeah, mediocrity is really the bottom.
Yeah, usually the stuff I really hate is like just some soulless Hollywood blockbuster that just has no heart. Like, Pirates 4 or any of the Transformers movies and shit like that.
I'll tell you one that really fucking what was it called? It had the chick from Beetlejuice in it. It was a fucking pirate movie.
Cutthroat Island?
Oh my god. That is the fucking epitome of a soulless, corporatized Hollywood bullshit movie. I mean, I don't know if it's the worst movie I've ever seen, but I mean, sit down and try and sit through that film and tell me there's not fundamentally something wrong with everything about it.
Maybe we could watch that.
It's got a huge budget. It's got big stars at the time, you know what I mean? Had all of that backing of a major studio, tons of money thrown at it, and it is nigh on unwatchable. It is just so boring and plotting, and nothing happens, and the action sequences are just lame.
Yeah, Cutthroat Island. A lot of people are saying they never heard of it. It's weird because you used to see it crop up on these lists every now and then as one of the biggest flops of all time because it was a total flop on a huge budget. So it lost a lot of money. My dad loves that movie for some reason. Weird.
I mean,
I didn't think anyone actually loved that movie.
I've never met a person that did.
Masters of the Universe. That's a really bad movie. But once again, I don't know. There's a little bit of charm to it. I kind of like the Skeletor performance from, I think who was it? Frank Langella or something? Collateral Beauty. I don't know what that is. That's a movie, I guess.
Gonjosaurus Rex. See, I can just tell by the title that it wouldn't be my worst movie ever.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's
Just the fact that it's about a dinosaur that smokes weed probably immediately sets it apart from a movie like Cutthroat Island.
Do you remember the ending of Tammy and the T-Rex?
No.
They go dig up his body, but it's just rotted as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
And then eventually they end up just kind of like hooking his brain up to a fucking camera that he can watch her.
Yeah, she strips for him and
sparks fly out of his brain and shit.
What the fuck?
Gotta find me a body. Like, okay, that was weird.
Should I bail my buddy out of jail if he'll be homeless after he gets out? I don't know.
That's quite a dilemma. Maybe you should ask him. Does he
Yeah.
want to be bailed out? I mean,
Do you want to chill there or do you want to get out?
John Boyega, Finn from Star Wars, might be the new Blade in the Marvel Universe. I'm going to go ahead and say no.
I hope not.
You ain't got... Wesley Snipes had something, and you ain't got it. You ain't got it. Sorry. It ain't there for you. Who would you cast as Blade other than Wesley Snipes?
Is Wesley Snipes still alive?
Yeah, he is. Old Blade.
Yeah, let's see. Fuck, I don't know, man. I'd have to think about it, honestly. Maybe, what's his name? The dude that played the gunslinger in the Dark Tower. What's his name again?
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba might be a good Blade.
Yeah. It's like a 50 Cent, man. Cast 50 Cent
50?
as Blade. I honestly don't know. To me, it's just like... It's Wesley Snipes in my head.
Kanye West, dude. Let's get Kanye be Blade.
Donald Glover's a little too scrawny and small. Paul wants to be Blade in blackface. Why can't Blade be a white dude?
I'd do it, though. Like, if they paid me enough, I'd be blackface Blade.
Yeah. Idris Elba. Now every black person in a movie is Idris Elba, dude. Every time a black character even comes up for discussion, it's like, how about Idris Elba? He's black. Whatever happened to Damon Wayans, dude?
I don't know. He probably disappeared with his bag of money.
He just vanished. Did you guys like the movie Van Helsing? No. Dude, it does have one of my favorite bad lines in movie history, though. They got this fucking dude playing Dracula. You guys deserve my money a hell of a lot more than I do, so here you go. I'm glad you recognize that. They have this dude playing Dracula, and he's supposed to deliver this line, and the line is, I feel nothing. That was the line. This is how he delivered it. I feel nothing! It's like, It seems like you're feeling quite a fucking bit to me, man. Seems like you got some strong emotions going on.
I don't know, dude. I kind of disagree on that. I mean, I agree that line is fucking cheesy, and there's a lot of cheesiness in it, but I kind of had fun with Van Helsing.
I mean, I guess if you just want one, I mean, like, there was a lot of action in it. It didn't try to have too much plot and shit, so, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it was an action-y flick, and it didn't really care very much for the lore of the things that it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Covering, but if you're not offended by the reimagining, I don't know, it was kind of fun.
Yeah,
I've seen way worse movies.
I really didn't like the casting of Dracula. I don't know. It just felt like a theme park ride, but whatever. That can be fun.
Favorite Tarantino film? Mine is Reservoir Dogs.
I like Kill Bill. $2,000 a day or have a foreskin on your neck forever. What?
Just get a turtleneck.
But
so you have to pay $2,000 a day, or you have a foreskin on your neck. Just get a turtleneck.
It sounds like you're getting the $2,000 a day. So I don't get the question. You're supposed to choose between a really cool thing and a really shitty thing. You know what else is cheesy? Cheese. Ooh. $1.
It's been 50 years since the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. Does Paul entertain any conspiracies for the assassination? I mean, not really. Whatever. I mean, you could speculate. I mean, the letter agencies were clearly engaged in a campaign of disinformation and information gathering against King. The powers that be did not like his message. Specifically, not even the racial component of his message. It was more the economic justice angle.
Oh, really? I mean, like, it's weird how, like, a lot of people don't even know about how King kind of turned his attention away from being more about race to just sort of, like, the classist stuff. Yeah. And how, you know, the real divide in society was between the rich and the poor, and he started kind of really springing a lot of super socialist talking points out, and that's when he fucking, you know, dies.
Yep.
The guy who was said to have shot MLK, I know, has said that he didn't now. So, you know, I mean, obviously that doesn't mean much, but that's about the only thing I could think of. And, you know, obviously there was an impetus for him to be killed. Kurt thanked Quentin Tarantino in the In Utero notes.
That is true.
Cool. I didn't even know that.
Favorite blaxploitation films? I'm not really into the genre, to be honest with you.
Blackula is pretty funny. I like Sweetback's Badass song. That's pretty fun. I've seen a lot of black titty films, but I couldn't tell you most of the names because they all just kind of bleed together. But, you know, I like a lot of really, like, cheesy exploitation, shitty fucking movies that are just about tits and over-the-top gore and stuff, but usually they end up being 90% really boring conversations and bad dialogue between people who can't act. That's always fun. See, I wasn't counting movies like Black Dynamite that spoof the genre, because those actually are better than the actual blaxploitation movies. I feel like a lot of these movies, like Hobo with a fucking shotgun and stuff like that, they take the promise of what these movies were trying to convince you they were and actually deliver on them.
Yeah.
Because those actual exploitation films are mostly boring shit that with an occasional crazy scene that you're supposed to remember. Ever going to make another Banned From video? No. I think I'm done with that series. But, you know, who knows? Might get a wild hair up my ass.
Undercover Brother. No thanks.
TJ, there should be more topless Nazi dominatrices winning Academy Awards. You know what? I tried to watch a movie the other day called Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS, that was about like a Nazi dominatrix bitch. And I fucking tried to watch it on Kodi. I fucking pressed the thing to watch it, and the next thing I know, it pulls up fucking Jack Nicholson's Wolf.
Close enough.
And I'm like, you know what? I mean, Wolf is a good movie and all, but not when I'm in the mood for Ilsa, She-Wolf of the fucking SS, dude.
You wanted Nazi dominatrixes.
Yeah.
Not a outdated love story.
Yeah, you know. I mean, let's be real. The special effects in Wolf fucking suck real bad.
They did, yes. But the movie doesn't really suffer because of it.
Jack Nicholson carries that fucking movie.
Yes. And it's a good movie, too.
It legitimately is a good movie.
Like, the story is interesting. They found a way to make the werewolf story, you know, a little more personal.
I liked it a lot.
Me, too.
And I've seen it a few times.
There's some pretty good werewolf flicks out there, man. You've seen Ginger Snaps, right?
Yeah.
I really think that's an underrated film.
It's pretty good.
I think it's way better than people give it credit for. I mean, it's one of the better werewolf movies I think ever made.
I think they made some cash-in shitty sequels and shit, but whatever.
Yep.
Who cares? That doesn't matter. Thoughts on Slavic Gopniks? I don't know what that is.
I always was envious of the people that made Ginger Snaps for their beautiful double entendre title too. Because Ginger Snaps, I mean, it's like just a cookie.
The cookie, but also she
snaps.
Ginger Snaps.
It's fucking great, dude. I love it, man. I love it.
Gotta love a fucking.
Come on, man. That's a stroke of brilliance right there.
Gotta love wordplay. Paul, what would you say TJ's catchphrase is? TJ, same question about Paul. I'd like to think I don't have a catchphrase. Maybe I do. If I had to assign any catchphrase to Paul, it would be
the sigh.
Yeah.
Oh man, I really try and keep that under wraps too. But I guess it's better than like freaking out at every fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of it comes out as a whimper.
Yeah, Paul, like you just feel him like. The anger, it starts to fucking go like, rah, and then Paul's like,
It does happen.
So that's I'd say that's the equivalent and shit. Paul's got a lot of anger he holds in, so that's that. I mean, it kind of does almost evolve the level of a catchphrase if it can be a catchphrase without having any dialogue in it. But as far as like some kind of oft repeated phrase or something, I'd like to think neither of us have a fucking catchphrase.
Yeah, I can't really think of one for TJ.
Did you guys watch the entire Caligula film? Yeah, at least I watched the entirety of the version that I saw.
A few years ago, I went and found like the long version and watched the whole thing, and I can't say that I'd ever do it again. Not because the movie's not interesting, but because, man, that's a fucking commitment. And there's a lot of filler in that film. But I don't know. I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad that movie exists.
Oh, your Streamlabs didn't show up. Oh, wait. Is that it?
No, it's different,
That's
dude.
someone else. Why have practical effects in films taken a backseat in recent years? CGI doesn't age well after a decade or so. They don't care. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. So someone left $5.01 about 5 minutes ago. They said, are there some movies that you liked as a kid but now recognize are terrible? For me, it's Space Jam and Zathura.
Yeah, both of those are terrible. I used to like that movie Mom and Dad Save the World when I was a kid.
Stay Tuned. That was another one.
Stay Tuned, yeah.
We watched that together. And there's a couple of movies me and Paul kind of remembered. We're like, oh, yeah. And then we watched them and we're like, oh, okay. Well, that didn't age well. But, yeah, I don't know. Paul, what was that movie we were talking about earlier that I used to like as a kid that I stopped liking? It was... I
don't know.
It was the thing that prompted you to say, like, that I wasn't as nostalgic as you were or something.
I don't remember.
Fuck. I can't remember either. Oh, well. But yeah. But anyway, I should put your. I'm gonna like because it didn't show your Streamlab for whatever reason. I'll go ahead and play the one that it should have played.
The 501.
Yeah. So let's just go ahead and do that for you, sir. So you selected this one.
I say breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
They're right. I love that, dude.
Mm-hmm. These are strong daiquiris, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you drank of yours, but
I'm getting down to the last quarter or so.
Because I drank the first quarter of it, and then when I stood up and went outside, I'm like, I'm kind of drunk.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting down to the last quarter, so...
I've got a healthy little buzz going myself.
Do you guys like The Disaster Artist? Paul has not seen it yet.
I have not, no.
I think it's pretty fucking good. I don't know if it was... I don't know if it's like an amazing fucking Oscar-worthy kind of movie or anything, but it's definitely worth a watch. I'd probably watch it again at some point in the near future. You never eat breakfast? I often don't either. And usually I'll eat breakfast food, but it will almost never be for breakfast. I'm way more likely to eat breakfast at like 2 in the morning when I'm like, man, I'm fucking kind of hungry. Everyone want to go to Waffle House or something?
I'm just not hungry in the mornings, man. I don't get that. I don't get hungry until after I've been up for 3 or 4 hours, so.
So what happened? Like, what is it? Like your stomach is upset, or like you just don't want to eat, or
Sometimes it is. Like in the morning times, I feel like if I were to eat, my stomach would get upset. And oftentimes it does. Like if I do break that and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll have an Egg McMuffin or something, like I'll eat it and then I'll just wish I hadn't. It just hits my stomach like a rock and I get crampy and shit. And I'm not even really hungry, so it's like shoving food in your mouth when your body isn't asking for it.
yeah, you eat one big meal a day. I usually my eating habits are I'll have 2 like reasonable size meals, but then at night just like pig out on a bunch of fucking junk food. That's my usual eating habit. This doesn't always hold, but I get those stomach pains in the morning. Morning nausea sucks.
Yeah, it happens to me quite a bit.
See, I don't really have it. I'm usually pretty good to go.
I probably got stomach cancer or some shit, so.
I don't eat in the morning either. A lot of people don't. People usually aren't hungry in the morning. Forcing yourself to eat in the morning kickstarts your metabolism and makes you less hungry throughout the day.
That's what I'm told. But that doesn't change the fact that I feel like I might throw up if I eat in the morning, so I think I'm going to stick to my method.
Yeah, no one cares. No one wants to live by a totally sensible fucking regimen. It's just not fun. Super Size Me was faked, wasn't it? I don't think so. I've never heard that.
I have heard that there are like irregularities in what he said he was doing versus what he actually did.
Okay.
But whatever. I mean, I don't need a documentary to know that somebody that eats fucking McDonald's for 3 meals a day is going to get fat and sick.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I don't understand why that was such a revelation of a documentary for so many people, because it's just like...
I think maybe people knew it was bad, but they didn't realize just how fucked up he was going to get. Like, But, I mean, it's McDonald's 3 meals a day, I mean, they also had, like, some people that, as a counter, went to McDonald's and ate 3 meals a day and were fine because they didn't exceed their daily calorie limits. They just ordered, the lower calorie items on the menu, which usually are not very popular things, but... Whoa. What do you guys think of gay culture? I'm gay, and I personally find it shallow and vapid as of late, so my husband and I tend to stay out of it. SJWs recently shut down a great bar near us, too, because the owner said something offensive on Facebook. Well, take solace in this. Straight culture is equally as vapid and shallow.
What is straight culture and gay culture? Because I can't really answer the question because I don't know how to define those things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about when you say gay culture. Are you talking about going to gay bars?
Yeah, like I guess probably like the gay bar scene and like gay magazines,
gay
and
movies and
places. Yeah, things that are just made for gay people, or places where gay people predominantly hang out, or thoughts that are.
I mean,
more
not being a gay dude,
gays.
I don't have a whole lot of thoughts about those things. I've been to a gay bar once and I had a fucking great time. I'll tell you that much. I liked that part of gay culture. Dude, a straight dude going to a gay bar, you're treated like fucking royalty in there. I don't know what it is, but the dudes just love it. They love that there's a straight dude amongst them.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Sexualized as fuck. Some people need information just slammed in your face for a change. Okay. By the way, thank you for the $33 donation.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Rather kind of you. It does help out. Good stuff. I think you'll be pleased to know that you actually brought the Streamlabs donations amount up to 69.
Sweet dude, 69, bro.
I think it's kind of cool. TJ, there is a gay culture. It's called this chat. Well, then it's horrible.
Yeah, then I hate gay culture, man.
Never mind. Paul is gay. Confirmed. Wow.
Say what you want, dude. Say what you want, bro.
American breakfast is so disgusting. How about eating something nutritious to start the day instead of a calorie bomb?
How about you suck my fucking dick, you foreign piece of fucking shit?
Wait, hold on. Stargazer, where are you from? Because if you're from, like, the UK, I've had the shit the English people eat for breakfast, and it's not like some way better shit.
First of all, the shit you guys call bacon over there is not bacon. It's
nonsense.
ham.
Nonsense.
All right, it's a slice of Canadian ham here. Bacon is fried crispy strips of fucking pork belly. That's what bacon is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really love breakfast food. I mean, like, my favorite thing, I love going to Waffle House, getting that All-Star special.
Mm-hmm. I still, to this day, have not ordered anything else at Waffle House ever.
And you don't need to.
I haven't.
You never need to.
Every time I go there, and sometimes I'll go in there thinking, maybe I'll try patty melt or something, and I'll take one look at the menu, and I'm like, nope, I want the All-Star.
Yeah, because you get the most shit.
Yeah.
For the best price. The only time if you just don't feel like breakfast food, I'd say get a hamburger, because the hamburgers are actually pretty decent.
Yeah, you've told me that, but I go in there sometimes with the intention to get something different, and I just can't, man.
You're like, fuck that.
I want the waffle. Special. I want the bacon. I love that I can sub out for a little extra money instead of getting the toast, which is my least favorite thing apart. Like, my least favorite part of any breakfast, American style, is when they give you toast.
You don't like toast?
I don't need it, is the thing. Like, usually I would just rather have more of something else that's on the plate than the toast.
See, what I do, I have a very particular method of eating the All-Star Special, because I always get my eggs over medium, and I always get the toast, and I always get both grits and hash browns, because you're supposed to get one or the other. I always tell them I want both. So what I do, that toast, it goes in the fucking egg. I cover it with the egg yolk. I eat the toast dip it in the egg yolk, and it's way better. By the time I'm through the toast, there's no more yolk left in the egg. It's all the white part. I pour the fucking grits on the fucking egg. I mix it together. I eat that like a fucking slovenly fucking pig in its fucking trough and whatever.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Yeah, it is. On the bright side, TJ, your dick is huge to midgets. Okay, I don't think it actually is, but thank you. And Paul wants to mouth fuck it. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. But
don't be so sure.
So that's the fucking process whereby I eat that shit. The thing that I don't really want usually is the waffle. I'm like, I guess I gotta eat this fucking waffle, whatever.
I mean, I love the waffle. I like the whole goddamn shebang, dude. The whole fucking shebang. I just tell them, keep the toast and give me a biscuit and gravy.
Someone in the chat, someone sent us a Streamlab. It's that Silver Flare guy. It didn't go through on the screen because it's actually below the dollar amount. It's $2, but he's given a lot of money tonight. And he is asking any good strip club stories. And I know that you have a few stripping-related stories. I don't know if you wanted to break one out for him.
Sure. I got thrown out of the strip club one time because I had the first phone that featured a video camera on it. My friend Waylon used to work at Good Guys, and while he was in the phone department of Good Guys, and he got me the first flip phone that also had a camera on it that you could take pictures and really pixelated video with. And nobody really knew. I mean, now everybody knows what this means. But back in the day, nobody really thought of cell phones as a recording device. So I thought I could get away with taking it into the strip club. We went for one of my friend's birthdays, and because it was his birthday, he got up on the stage and a bunch of strippers came out and gave him a lap dance and shit. And I was taking a few pictures of that just for the memes. It wasn't even like I was trying to be perverted. I just wanted some pictures of our friend up there getting a fucking crazy lap dance. And that just kind of immediately was snatched up. Like I took one picture, held my phone up. I was even trying to be kind of sly about it because I know that they don't allow photography in those places. I was trying to be sly, but I took one picture and there was this big, the biggest, meatiest black hand you've ever seen on my shoulder. Boom! And I just looked, this giant fucking banana spider of a hand, just like, ah! And this dude just lifted me up out of my chair and walked me over to the thing. Didn't even say a word to me. Just grabbed my shirt, lifted me up, walked me out to the front of the thing, and said, "Show me your phone." And I'm thinking, oh, shit, he knows I was taking pictures. So I went into another folder real quick and showed him my pictures. And I was like, I wasn't taking any pictures, man. I was checking a text. And he was like, all right, man, just go put that phone in the car. And if I see it again, I'm going to kick your fucking ass. I was like, okay. Point taken, good sir. Let me go just deposit this phone.
Man, I don't. Man, yeah. It's kind of hard to enjoy yourself after that, though, because you're still kind of worrying, like, am I still going to catch that ass beating from that fucking King Kong-looking motherfucker?
I mean, it's kind of hard for me to enjoy myself at a strip club anyway. I'm not a big fan, but yeah, after that, you're not really in the mood because you know that you're the target now.
Yeah.
When I walked back in there, I knew that the two bouncer dudes, when they were walking around the room, most of the time they're spending looking at me. I don't like that. I don't want to be that guy.
I'm vegetarian, so I'm curious, what is Chelsea's favorite breakfast? Well, Chelsea's not really a vegetarian anymore. I fucking have saved her from that lifestyle. She still doesn't eat pork and beef, but she's okay with most other things now. What was the question again? I don't know. Yeah, she usually just gets like a little breakfast sandwich. Like she'll get like an egg and cheese biscuit usually. Hey, baby, why don't you come in here? Are people more collectivist or individualistic? Seems like political systems like communism and anarchy fail because they see it as one or the other. I think people are way more collectivist, but I think people also have individualist streaks. What? Oh, you're looking at all the stuff that's going on the screen. Yeah. Love you. Is TJ getting into the underground hip-hop scene? Yes. That's what I do now. Prosties. Yeah, it's like short for prostitutes. Yeah. Fresh bowl. Yeah, there you go, baby. Where's the golden calf? He's not here. Sorry.
There's too many people at this party.
Would you rather eat a breakfast catered by Gordon Ramsay or by a nude Rihanna? I mean, I can see a fucking naked bitch anywhere. I can't get Gordon Ramsay to cook me fucking shit at just any day. So.
I mean, if the naked bitch was one that I was a little more interested in than Rihanna, I might consider not doing the Gordon Ramsay.
That just proves that in my heart I'm fatter than you, because there's pretty much no bitch on earth where I'm not going to choose the better food.
I mean, come on, dude. Naked fucking, what's her name? You're the one that is
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, ScarJo. Naked ScarJo.
What is she serving you, though?
Whatever she wants. She's serving me an eye full of them titties and ass.
Do I get to eat it out of her ass or something? Or is she just serving it to me naked? I mean,
I didn't make the rules, dude.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about I'm just going to fucking take your stupid either-or scenario and just have Gordon Ramsay cook me breakfast and then serve it to me on Scarlett Johansson's fucking ass.
Sweet.
And that's what I'm going to do, sir.
The sunny side up egg on each ass cheek.
Yes.
And a sausage tucked right between the cheeks, dude.
Yep. You could just pour like some maple syrup and sausages in her butt and she can just kind of poop them into my mouth.
Okay, all right.
Well, I mean, there's not actual poop in there, you know.
Yeah, but it would look like little duties coming out.
I ain't going to care.
It would look like little poops.
I'm not going to be seeing it. I'm going to be way too close. Macaulay Culkin ripped off I know. He sure did. That's true. That fucking cocksucker.
Skitters.
Throw that motherfucker away. I started calling him Fernando.
Fernando.
Also. So, I don't know. I called him Alfonso? I don't think I called him Alfonso. I'm pretty sure I called him Fernando and Ferdinand.
I think he's just the cat of many names at this point.
Yeah.
Because I called him Squeaks until he was named Squeaks, and now I'm calling him Skits for some reason.
Yeah. I think this cat just is unnameable, and we should just accept it. That he's just going to have all kinds of names. But I guess Squeaks is the canon name.
Yeah.
He comes to every.
Just like me. Yeah.
Paul, what happened to woman you catfishes as kid?
Yeah, what happened, Paul?
I don't know.
What happened to woman you catfishes as kid, Paul?
I don't know what happened to her, dude. I'm assuming that there was a divorce at some point because she was not happy with her husband, hence
This
why she
channel
was
has been more
calling me.
active in the past few days than it has in the past 2 years. Well, yeah, because Ideology, the channel me and Paul both used to stream on, got shut down by YouTube for some stupid fucking bullshit. So Paul started streaming on a new channel, and I just came back to this one. Have you ever watched the Filthy Frank show? The only thing I've ever seen of his that I liked was he did this song about Trump. It was like from the perspective of a Trump fan wanting to fuck Trump.
That's pretty cool.
And it was pretty cool.
I liked Filthy Frank. I wasn't a huge fan. I liked his rap a whole lot. I think Pink Guy is like a legitimately good rapper, especially when, like, if you listen to the Pink Guy's album that released last year, or whatever the fuck, and then listen to an album of like Migos or one of these like mumble rap dorks, and just tell me that you don't see a fundamental difference in the quality there. So he was a pretty good rapper, and I thought some of his Filthy Frank stuff was funny. Like, sometimes it would get really annoying, but I genuinely thought that most of it was pretty funny.
TJ, whatever happened to Mannix the pirate? He faked his own death, and then he just kind of left, I guess. I don't know. It sucked because Galen was actually trying to help that guy out and, was talking to him, being his emotional support, and then he basically fakes his death, and Galen's not in on it, so Galen just thinks he's dead, And
it was like a couple of days that everybody believed he was dead, because he made this video where he was like clearly actually emotionally distraught. So maybe it wasn't intentional faking of his death or whatever, but...
Well, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, he put Galen through a lot of bullshit.
Yeah,
so
that does suck.
It really was fucking pretty creepy. Well, Mannix still has a channel. He makes occasional videos. Well, no one cares anymore, though. So who cares? Bring on Eric the Fed.
No.
It was so fucking sad, dude, because Paul was so excited to do Eric the Fed for like weeks before he ever did him. And then he came out with it, and it was like...
Wah, 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 wah.
I wish I could do the Bill Hicks cricket sound right now, but...
For some reason, it just did not hit, I don't know.
People were just kind of staring at Paul like... Huh.
It just goes to show you, man, not every instinct is something you should follow to its logical end.
So now people almost want it as like, it's so lame we want it. Or something, I don't know.
Well,
I think it's because he just chose the wrong voice for it, honestly. I think that when you see Paul in that Viking hat, you want him to have more of a fucking, I am this character kind of thing.
I just went with the Swedish Chef.
And when he sounds like Swedish Chef, you think for a second maybe this juxtaposition is gonna be funny, but then it never is.
It didn't really ever get there.
Sorry, it just ain't working.
There were a couple of people that actually genuinely enjoyed Eric.
Jay
the
Dark
Fed.
liked it, so there you go.
Oh well, I'm sorry, but you'll never see him again.
R.I.P. Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, George Bush. Okay.
Thanks for the $2, I guess.
Yeah. Kendrick Lamar is garbage sauce. Walka is the best rapper.
Whatever.
That is right.
Which part is right and which part's wrong?
That Kendrick Lamar is garbage, I'm assuming, is correct, and that Waka is the best rapper is incorrect. Yep.
I actually used to really like.
Yeah, I never really was able to get into Kendrick. It sucks.
It sucks.
TJ Pauly, thoughts on Pacific Rim? I liked it.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was a big, dumb action movie done right, which I always enjoy. It wasn't trying to be socially conscious or, You know, it wasn't trying to do anything outside of its scope, but it did everything within its scope as a big, dumb action movie with a big, CGI set piece. It did it well. I enjoyed it. I thought that the way they controlled the robots were cool. I thought all the different robots were cool. That they did a good job with diversity amongst the monsters while keeping them looking like they could be part of a cohesive, species. I don't know. It was really good. I'm kind of looking forward to the sequel, even though
It's already out.
oh, really?
Yep.
What? Oh, he's there. Yeah.
Go ahead and set him down.
Yeah. Put him next to me here.
Go ahead and set him there between Paul and the Tomato Man.
There we go. There you go, Chance.
Chauncey's kind of embarrassed because he's naked right now.
Yeah,
but
he usually likes to wear his hat and flannel when he's out in public, but whatever.
Do you think Pacific Rim is a Transformers film done right? No, I don't really think it's the same. Because, that shit, especially, in Japan, is its own genre of, we pilot giant robot things, so.
Yeah, it's way more. It didn't really remind me of Transformers. It's like a kaiju flick, you know what I mean? It's it reminded me way more of, the old Voltron cartoons I used to be into when I was a kid.
Like Gundam and shit.
Yeah, I never got into Gundam, but, man, I loved fucking Voltron. Dude, see, it's one of those things. I wish I had known that these things would be worth thousands and thousands of dollars, because I had the original, back in the day in the 80s, there was a Voltron toy that was literally, you had to buy it in chunks as the lions. So you would buy each lion separately, and then each lion would turn into that body part, and if you had them all, you could put them all together into a really pretty giant fucking Voltron. I had that shit as a kid. And I guarantee you, even out of the box, that shit's worth money now. Big money. Fuck, I had a bunch of the original fucking Star Wars figurines, the first run, Luke, Leia, Vader's fucking red Praetorian Guard guy or whatever he is. I had a ton of shit. I had the original, the first release Rancor toy. I mean, tell me that shit wouldn't be worth a bunch of fucking money, dude.
Silver Flare... Once again, giving $2. If you want to just give $2, you're probably better off using Super Chat because it does not come up on Streamlabs if it's under $3. Odd question, Paul, but do you know if any of the students at the school you worked for are now subscribers of yours?
Yes. I actually had a couple of friends that I told about my YouTube channel. I don't know if they still watch, but one time I was doing a ideology in Washington, and one of the dudes I used to work with started texting me and saying, hey, dude, the whole team is here. It's at the end of a meeting, and we tuned into your stream, and we're all laughing our asses off. And I was smoking a bunch of weed and shit. I'm smoking a fat joint right there on stream, and I'm like, wow, you guys better be... He was like, yeah, we had to shut it down because we thought somebody might walk in, but... everybody was laughing, so I guess,
I mean, to those people still stuck in that kind of a job, that had to have been the dream. Paul just on there smoking weed and streaming and shit.
Well, that's what he was saying. He was like, people couldn't fucking believe it was you. And I was like, yeah, well, turns out when you work for a school district, you can't really be who you are,
Yeah, I'm sure they probably knew a very different
yes,
Paul, yeah.
Most of them did. The one dude that I was really good friends with, a guy named Terry, he got to see the real Paul's ego, but, most of them just saw, howdy do, neighbor, anything I can help you with today?
That's pretty funny shit. TJ, you can have sex with Scarlett Johansson or Brett Keane. Which one? Let's go away.
I mean, what a dumb...
Get out of here.
Ugh.
Time out that... If there's any mods left in here, time that person out for stupidity.
See, I mean, you're I gotta say, TJ, I'm shocked at how much more lenient you are. I guess I'm not shocked. I really am more authoritarian than you are.
Yeah.
I'm way more fucking...
I mean, when I was watching, that shit, the John Adams shit, I was way more feeling what Jefferson's saying. I'm like, yeah, yeah. And I mean, I was a libertarian outright for a long time, so
yeah,
I definitely have way more of a love of the anarchic,
The personal
stupidity
freedom
going
streak
on
is
here.
way stronger in you, I think, than it
Little
is in
bit.
me.
I'm
At least
not-
when it comes to policy.
I'm not full Adam Kokesh, but I usually don't ban anybody unless they super piss me off.
You see, I'll just dunk. Like, I use it like I imagine like a dictator would use a public execution.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do it for every stupid person. In fact, 99.9% of the stupid people that make a stupid-ass comment like that do. But at least once every stream, I've got to make a public show that you might be, at any point, just raptured away.
You're gone. You're gone.
You have to show a little bit of violence to control people, TJ, and you know that's true. You know that's true, dude. People don't respond to anything except for money being taken away from them and failing that, threats of violence, dude.
See, like that Jeff's people like Jeff Garrison who are spamming, like you can just ban those people. I don't care about that. That's just an insta ban. Someone who just spams the same shit over and over and over, like that can just go. That doesn't have to be here. I still can't believe Brett didn't make it on the top 10 Dreamboats list. All right. Paul, the Roman soldier that got hit on the head, was a centurion, not a legionary, idiot.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, Paul.
I retire.
You're fucking... How stupid can you get?
I'm going back to Starbucks, man.
Josh Chamberlain.
This just ain't for me.
The guy that you
Oh, was it?
yeah, because you were
Publicly execute me, baby. Okay. You going to ban us all? No. El Sexto.
El Sexto. Bum, bum.
What do you guys? What do you guys think about the Russian spy scandal? I don't really have much to say about it. Not much has developed in recent times, so we'll see.
Are you talking about like the whole Russia Mueller thing, or are you talking about like the expulsion of diplomats?
Spy that got killed and all the people getting kicked out of the country.
Right.
And shit. I mean, there hasn't.
It
Really
is a little worrying to me that it looks like the Cold War is just going to happen again, because that wasn't a very stable time to be alive.
Oh no.
You know, the fact that we at least had good diplomatic relations with Russia was something that I wouldn't classify as anything but a good thing. So the fact that we're like expelling each other's diplomats and shit, I mean, the media's not making a big deal out of it, but that's like posturing for war. That's what you do before you start engaging another country as an enemy. So
Kurt's place in top 10 Dreamboats was stolen.
I totally fucking agree, but whatever. I'm a little partial to Kurt anyway. So I would have put him way higher.
Is it just me, or is Robert Mueller sexy as hell?
Mueller? He kind of looks like Lurch.
Yeah,
He kind of looks like the
jerk
fucking
off to old Adams Family.
Yeah, dude, he looks like the Addams Family butler.
Paul has infertile balls.
Wow. I enjoy that rhyme, man. Congratulations.
Call Pimp. He's crying on stream. What?
What? Oh my god, man.
I don't want to.
I'm already talking to Pimp in like a few hours, dude. I'm gonna be.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be on his fucking morning show, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going on the morning wood. Unless I don't know why he's crying. Unless some tragedy happened, and that's. Should we go check, or are we just being trolled?
I don't know.
See, that's the thing. Is this the same dude that said like, I wish I could tag people, so I could be like, this dude lied about
you could
reps.
just tag someone as like fucking liar.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention.
That's the shit we need, dude.
All right, he is streaming.
Boot his ass.
He ain't crying. It's just Pimp Monk sitting around in his depressing fucking ramshackle abode smoking a cigarette. He maybe should be crying, but he ain't. You know? I never know what's gonna fucking tickle Paul, dude. Do you think your videos will be remembered? I don't know. Who cares? I'll be dead anyway.
Oh, Pimp Monk.
Raid Pimp Monk. All right, everyone just go tell him he's crying, dude.
Oh, man.
Or you know what? Go over to him and tell him I'm on my stream crying like a bitch.
Yeah.
Tell him that TJ's over here just fucking weeping, dude.
Yeah.
I'll even play along. Hold on.
It's all right, TJ. It's okay, dude. Don't cry, man.
He's probably not going to get it
Yeah,
yet. He's not here yet.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to go over and watch and wait because I'll probably notice if he does.
But he's got the stream lag, too, so by the time we see it, he'll already be here.
No, it'll be fine. I think it should be just the right amount of time. TJ is crying. Go talk to him. I see people saying it.
Yeah, cry, TJ, cry.
See if I could hear this. I don't think it's playing through his.
I don't want to talk to him.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk to me. TJ's live and crying. He's crying.
TJ's crying. Okay.
I think there's too many people
whatever.
saying it. If he knows this bullshit. Just keep telling him I'm crying.
He's crying on my stream. On his stream.
Just keep going there and telling him I'm crying, dude. Keep telling him I'm over here just weeping. Tell him I'm crying for him. Tell him that Pimp Monk TJ weeps for you.
He weeps for you.
He cries because he knows that you are too strong to cry.
Oh, man.
Tell Pimp Monk that his face makes me cry. I try to sound stupid in order to make others cringe. Okay. Good job.
Yeah, it's working.
You're a master, dude. Don't change
I don't think
the
you
thing.
need to try as hard as you think you need to try, though. Just be you, and it'll work.
It's starting to irk him. Really?
Oh, man.
Go tell him that that I'm crying for him, and I'm crying for his mama. And
I'm gonna, dude. This is inspiring me. I think down the road a piece, I might give him the TJ treatment in a stream, and just we'll watch a Pimp Monk stream together,
and
we'll build a
bunch of
face.
stupid shit on
Yeah,
it.
we'll build a face on Pimp Monk. We'll do a whole new one.
Would you choose a feminine wiener or a masculine vag? Get out of here. Thanks for the $5.
Pimp wants you to know he's drinking Mountain Dew. That is awesome.
Let him know that the Mountain Dew he drinks is full of my tears. Pimp Monk is freaking out on stream. No, he's not.
I can tell you that is not true.
Because that would require him moving around and...
Pimp Monk doesn't do freaking out. Pimp Monk is eternally mellow.
What is the hardest drugs you guys have done? I guess acid, probably.
I did meth once.
There you go.
I was 16, and
They say meth not even once. So do you think it like fucked your life up?
no, but I think it taught me that meth is not the drug for me. I describe the experience, and it's been a long time, so my memory of it is slightly hazy, but I remember it feeling like just a constant panic attack that wouldn't stop.
Damn.
And that was like there was literally no respite from it. So I think a lot of people when they do that drug turn that energy into like, I'm gonna clean and I'm gonna be productive and I'm gonna blah, 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 and that's why people get hooked on it. But my mind did a totally different thing with it. It chewed it up and was just like, eat yourself alive faster. And I just like retreated to my home and
Dude, I'll start cleaning on shrooms. I don't know what it is.
They've actually done studies on that. Because mushrooms, like One of the side effects of the serotonin flooding your system is you notice small details that normally get patterned out of your brain. Yeah. That's why looking at the trees and the leaves and shit is so cool on shrooms, because you're seeing each individual leaf as a separate entity, whereas usually your brain just looks at that and sees an amalgamation of all the leaves. That's why people clean on mushrooms, because you start seeing how dirty your fucking house really is. Normally you walk through the house and, it's at a modicum of cleanliness and you're like, fine. On mushrooms, you notice the ball of fucking hair sitting in the middle of the kitchen floor.
I mean, another thing is, too, that not only is it more noticeable, but, like, it's also more fun to clean. Like, I am master of my environment.
Sure. It removes some of the tedium from it because everything is fascinating on mushrooms.
Like novel and shit. Like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm putting glasses away.
I never got the cleaning thing because I'm always, like, for me, mushrooms is a very, like, I want to seek out the natural shit.
Yeah,
I very rarely have taken mushrooms and not spent most of the time sitting outside looking at a tree or the sky or whatever the fuck, the moon. I tripped on mushrooms once and just literally sat in my backyard and watched the full moon.
Me and nature have a fucked up relationship,
Oh, dude, I've got a great relationship with nature. I just don't spend much time in it, but when I go to it, it always reminds me that it's way better than where I'm living. And if I was a harder, better, more manly man, I could live with nature. But it's like, it's a good and a bad thing. I go to nature, it shows me its beauty and its bounty, and I experience that in an almost spiritual way. Well, the closest thing to spiritual that I experience as an atheist. And then it also reminds me how dependent I am on my pussy ass, pampered ass, fucking foam mattress, pair of slippers before I get on the cold floor fucking life.
Yeah. This is a real divergence between us, because, like, to me, like, I go out in nature, I'm just like, okay, yeah, the mountains are majestic. Anyway, hey, want to go back to the hotel? Let's get some room service going.
I mean, sometimes I feel, there's sometimes when being out in nature is not something I want, but I tell you, I've had a lot of really profound pseudo-spiritual experiences, most of them fueled by some kind of psychoactive substance.
Sure.
The first one I remember having really strongly was I was 18, and I had gone to San Luis Obispo, which is right near my favorite beach in California, with a band that I was kind of roadieing for, and we all went down on the beach to smoke weed. And I had a blunt that I took I rolled for myself, and I just went down to the edge of the water, and I put my feet right on the edge of where the waves were lapping in, and the moon was kind of setting out over the ocean, and it just beautiful. And I sat there and I smoked that fucking blunt to the head and just communed with nature. I could feel every little particle of sand in the fucking ocean that was washing up over my feet, and how the sand depressed under my weight, and how it was all, like, it's just almost that kind of we are all one type of feeling.
Yeah.
I get that very easily. My brain goes there very easily in nature.
See, I start to become more of like a literal Satanist on acid. Those are my spiritual experiences are stuff like, for some reason I have this strong urge, particularly like the roof of my mouth. I just want the sensation of like burning in my mouth.
Yeah.
Like I just want to like, there's like a part of me that just wants to like eat fire. Like I wish I was a fire eater or some shit. Or, like I want the roof of my mouth burned. And I remember one time I was laying I was laying in my old bedroom. Remember the one that was in the basement of the house? And I was laying between where the bathroom was and where the bedroom was. And I just wanted a big skeleton hand to reach out of the shower and pull me into hell. I'm like, yes, take me to hell. I'm ready, Satan. Yes. But that's about I never really felt like that, the great oneness with the cosmos kind of thing. Like sometimes I'll look at the moon and be like, that's pretty, but that's about it.
I get that less, like, acid is a very different thing for me. Mushrooms and acid are two very distinct trips.
Yeah.
And acid is, like, I still get that. Like, that's why you always caught me when we tripped out in the woods in Washington, out there by the fire. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I spent probably most of my time that night. And it was because I was just fascinated with looking at every little detail of the elemental nature of that log turning into just ash. and watching that whole process and relating it to other things.
That was a fun one. Paul was so dark but so funny at the same time. It was just like great shit. I still remember him just describing the vehicles going by as like these big fucking gaseous farts and shit, and
the humanity's great fart.
I mean,
I was just pissed off that we were out in the woods, but I could still hear somebody's stupid ass, fucking loud ass farting diesel truck and shit. I'm like, can I get fucking 15 minutes away from this sound of us?
That quote-unquote cabin kind of sucked, too, because it was right next to other people and shit.
Whatever. It was still a good time.
I mean, it was fun. It was a fun time. It was more isolated than where we were living at the time and shit, so we could be a little more free, but, man, it just sucked that we had neighbors and shit. It's like, man, when I get a cabin, I want that motherfucker to be isolated.
Yeah.
I want to be able to kill people in it without the police figuring out for at least a couple weeks.
I just want to be off the grid while I'm up there, man.
Yeah.
I want to be out where nobody's going to wander by. You know what I mean? I want that shit. Yeah.
What do you think of deist? That's what I am. How is what you are a question?
What do I think of deists?
I don't really have any strong opinions about a deist. I mean, I don't really get why.
I mean, they're subject to the same questions about God that a Christian is that are unanswerable.
I mean, you're basically just saying, like, I want to believe in this God, but I don't believe in any of the dogma. So it's like, I guess it's not as problematic, for lack of a better word, but it's equally as irrational.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that God is still subject to the same fucking omnipotence paradox that the Christian God is.
I mean, it's kind of hard because if you're a deist, you don't even know how you're defining God, really. So I don't know. I don't really think much of it. But
I really think deism is just a stopover between Christianity and a scientific worldview.
Well, there's some kind of God, but we don't know his nature. And then it's like, maybe there's just nature.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, I recognize that all this dogma and shit is bullshit, but I still hold on to this God thing because I don't really understand how these natural processes work. And then you come to understand that, and it's like, okay, well, no deism then.
TJ, what's your favorite genocide? My favorite genocide?
Pol Pot's Khmer Rouge, dude. Come on.
I was gonna say Darth Vader's genocide of the Alderaanians.
The younglings.
No, man, when he blew up Alderaan, that was my favorite genocide. But his killing of the younglings was pretty good too.
That's not really a genocide.
If you're called a youngling, you do deserve to be killed. So
that is true.
It's the stupidest word for children ever. Like, they have so much language in common with us. I don't know why they felt the need to call the kids younglings. Like, why awkwardly choose a new name for children? Because otherwise it wouldn't be Star Wars-y enough or something.
Yeah. Reality itself is God. There, that's the answer. What a dipshit. Congratulations, sir. You are the dumbest person in this chat.
Dude, I've heard so many people say that kind of shit.
That's so
too.
stupid.
It's the dumbest shit. Paul, who was that band you mentioned long ago as the best live performance you've ever seen? Dreyfuss?
Dreyfuss. Yeah, Dreyfuss. Spelled like Richard Dreyfuss's last name.
Yeah.
And they were just a local, like, garage band in that San Luis Obispo area. In fact, that night that I was talking about earlier where I sat by the ocean and put my feet in the waves and shit, it was the night that I saw them. So it really was kind of a transcendent experience that day. But yeah, they were really good. Shout out to Nova.
Not even on stream, still killing it. Damn. Nova's the true star.
Yeah, dude. Nova runs this bitch, and this person knows it.
This person knows what's what.
Ain't nobody fucking questioning Nova. She gets what she wants, and that's that.
How do you blame Vader for Alderaan? That was Well, I mean, he was with him. I mean, Grand Moff Tarkin dies, like, in the first movie, so, kind of, like, not really one of the major principal characters to me.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker did commit genocide on Jabba's men, dude. That is true. He killed everybody in that fucking place.
Have either of you been to Minnesota? Opinions? I don't think I've even driven through that.
Minnesota?
Yeah, maybe I have at least driven through it, but I've definitely never stayed there.
I've never been to Minnesota, I don't think. Unless I, like, had a stopover on a plane at some point somewhere. But I don't think I have.
Hey, Paul, are you going to MythCon?
No.
I'm glad that Paul is equally against going to shit like that.
I was ranting about it on my stream the other night. I was like, like, if MythCon was across the street from me and I had a VIP free pass, I probably wouldn't make it. Like, I just can't think of something I'd less like to do than hear skeptos stand around and, like, pat each other on the ass about how much more logical they are than SJWs. Like, I just, like, why?
Can Dreyfus be found online?
I can't find it, so if you can find it, let me know. You know, I have one line to maybe somebody that might have Dreyfus, and I just have to get in touch with somebody I haven't talked to in a while. No animosity, just a friend that I haven't spoken to. But yeah, I've never been able to find them. They weren't, you know, they never got popular enough. They were a local band. But they were fucking badass.
Thoughts on YouTube headquarters shooting? You need to go watch our latest DFF. Shout out to Satan. He's a nice boy. He looks nice.
Cool.
Looks friendly. He's smiling. Look, he's laughing.
Yeah, look, he's laughing, dude. He's full of mirth and
he's
joy.
having a good old time. Paul, what is the name chocolate-flavored IPA called? What? Is that some sort of inside joke that you get?
He might be asking me about a beer I talked about. Are you talking about there's no chocolate-flavored IPA that I know, but I talked about Rasputin's chocolate stout once as one of my...
Well, that's probably what he's talking about.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Mark. Cool.
I don't want to go to the circle jerk. No, thank you. I do not want to play soggy cracker with the skepto community. You know, like I don't want to have like armored skeptic and fucking Chris Ray Gun Bukaki me. You know what I mean? I'm not into it.
I just realized Chauncey is eating fucking Senor Tomato's ass.
Yeah, he is.
Chauncey's going to town on that ass.
And the tomatoes loving it too.
Yeah, they've been at it for a while. Are there any modern metal bands you guys like? I mean,
Ghost.
I don't know how broadly you want to define metal.
That's the problem with talking about metal.
Because like a lot of times, like I've said, like I mean, Ghost pretty. I've been asked this question and said Ghost, and then been told like that's not fucking metal.
That's the problem with metal.
It's like, all right, well, whatever, then fuck you.
Metalheads,
not then.
Metalheads are some of the most obnoxious music snobs in the world because each one of them thinks that they know exactly what metal is, and no matter what you think metal is, you're always wrong unless you say their specific band. So like there's this whole cadre of people that think that like Metallica is the core of metal. Then you got death metal people and fucking experimental metal people and progressive metal people, and all of them, each one of them thinks that the other one isn't metal. And it's just like, all right, well, fuck you guys. I like metal. You know what I mean? Some of it I don't. I listen to what I like. Ghost is metal, in my opinion.
Tool isn't metal triggers me. Yeah, I don't even want any band. I mean, like usually, like when people ask me, I've been told so many times, like, you know, Manson isn't metal or something. I just don't even want him to be metal because I'm like, yeah, I'm glad he's not because it sounds like metal attracts a bunch of retards. So good.
Grindcore, yeah, just like everybody thinks that one speed metal, man, no thrash metal, bro. That's the fucking pure metal. It's like, just shut up. Fucking Tool is progressive metal. I get, like, trying to come up with different genres, because it really is, there's a lot of difference in the genre metal.
Is ICP metal? Some of it actually is at least close.
Like a Piggy Pie?
Yeah. Or like Fuck the World kind of
Fuck the World, yeah.
on metal. They even have some guitar-driven songs. Manson is industrial. Yeah,
Industrial metal.
I've heard it called industrial. I mean, like, really only Antichrist Superstar, though, and maybe, I guess, Portrait of an American Family. I don't really think he's fit in the industrial genre for a while. Manson blows. You can go and ban that person.
There apparently are lines in TJ's chat.
No, I mean, like, people talk shit on Manson all the time here and get away with it, but I was just thinking about what you said. You know? You gotta fucking kill one in public every now and then.
It's true.
I've just heard it one too many times, and it's not like I really am offended by the sentiment itself. It's just I'm tired of hearing it.
Cue every fucking fail troll in the world saying Manson sucks now in the chat. I know, dude. It's just like,
oh no, but once I've done it and banned someone for it, and all the fucking people coming like, I'm gonna say it to prove how cool I am.
Yeah.
You know,
it's the bottom of the barrel of trolling, dude.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, he said he hates when people do this, so I'll do this.
The absolute fucking bottom.
I knew you would tell me to ban that person. I was ready. Good job. Good fucking job, you brutal son of a bitch. The other day I wrote Chelsea's knee on Chelsea's knee, and today I wrote knee J on my knee, so.
Holy shit, dude.
Whoa, someone said Manson blows. Oh, God. Better ban that one, too. Manson is cool, but Courtney killed Kurt. Maybe. Make the Tomato Man bigger. He's plenty big enough. You're fine.
Yeah, we ain't taking our artistic direction from you, all right?
I don't know what you mean. Cool.
Oh, yeah. I don't know just what you mean.
Apparently, Manson was life-changing to Silver Flare, so that's cool. I'm glad that something I liked and recommended could mean something to you.
Cool.
I think Manson owes me some money. A bunch of people have come to me and been like...
Yeah, he should at least, like, come chill with you and say hi or something.
Yeah, I think Manson at least owes me, like, a high five or something. Or, like, to give me one of his rings. Like, you've earned a ring from my finger. Or something like that. Or, like, a selfie. Or, like, a slap on the back or something. I don't need... I mean, like, I understand he's got, you know, groupies to fuck and drugs to do. I ain't asking for a lot of his time. I'm just asking for, like, a good job, TJ, you know? Come on.
Hey, TJ, wanna do a line of coke with me?
Yes. Fucking... You know what? When I was going to school, the DARE fucking officer was like, you could do one line of coke and die. If I die, if that happens, if it was like Marilyn Manson's, like, here's a line of coke, and I did it and I died, that'd be the best death.
Well, yeah. I mean, it'd be way better than a lot of other possible deaths.
Hell
you know?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. There are way worse ways to go out than having a heart attack off a fucking line that Marilyn Manson cut for you. There are way lamer ways to go out, ladies and gentlemen.
Think Manson knows who you are? I have no idea. How would I possibly know? No, Manson doesn't know me shit. I listen to his music because I love it, so he's already given me that. I don't need anything else.
Oh, how sentimental and sweet.
It is. Fuck you, Paul.
How sentimental and
You're just sad
sweet.
because your fucking guy got shot by someone Manson hangs out with now.
Fuck you. Yeah, Manson, quit hanging out with Courtney Love, dude.
Yeah, you're gonna get shot, Manson.
Seriously, don't let that
careful.
That bitch is a vampire, man. Even if she's not responsible for Kurt's death, that's the thing about Courtney Love is
Have you
like
seen how fucking weird she looks? She's like so plastic surgery now.
She went through a little. Do you remember when she, like, in the late 90s, she had like a renaissance where she was kind of good looking again?
Yeah.
She looked good. She cleaned herself up. Actually got a couple of movies and did really well in them.
Uh-huh.
And then immediately descended into drug-fueled nightmare again. Y'all see my fat fat sputin drawing on Twitter? I don't know. I do not know. I've seen a fat sputin drawing on Twitter. If yours is the one I think of, it's pretty good. Whoa.
All right, we'll talk about that in a second. Would you like to visit New Zealand someday? I'm British, but living in New Zealand.
I would totally go.
Yeah, I guess so. So anyway, look at her.
God, she doesn't even look like Courtney Love anymore.
I know. She looks like fucking Steven Tyler or some shit.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for her. Weird, like, exaggerated cheekbones she's, like, made them give her. Creepy. I know that picture's, like, crazy overexposed, so you can't get too good of a look, but...
Well, I just know that she's a fucking professional leech. Like, her entire life, her one ambition was to try and become the girlfriend / wife of some fucking indie garage band guy that became big, and she did it. She achieved her fucking one life goal.
It's pitiful. All a little bit bigger for a minute. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette.
Cigarette time. Is that Manson on the right? Dude, you could tell who Manson was. Come on. I don't know if I like bald Manson, but whatever. Take what you can get. I just found like a weird area on my leg that I don't usually touch. It's like right by my Achilles tendon. And there's like, I don't know, maybe it's like loose, flabby skin there that doesn't feel like anywhere else on my leg. Like, I've got a lot of flabby skin, but it's more like, I don't know what it is. Anyway, fuck it. Let's not let my mind spiral out of control on that. She got with Billy Corgan, then went to Kurt, then back to Billy, and that's not the only story. I mean, if you look at her history, she dated a bunch of dudes in the Seattle area, at a bunch of different fucking Seattle garage band lead singers and shit. Like, she basically made the tour of that and landed on Kurt because he was the best of them and rode his fame all the way to where she's at now. And possibly fucking killed him in the process. Even if she didn't, though, she's still just a total leech. Paul was on that camera. Yeah, dude, I've been crouched in the corner down here the whole time, dude. Hiding away. Hiding from you stupid fucking assholes, dude. Just kidding. I love you all. Just kidding. ×2. I don't love you, but whatever. I enjoy your company most of the time. Just kidding. I don't. Kurt was in the process of leaving her right before the suicide. Well, just another piece of circumstantial evidence. I mean, he clearly decided at the height of his career that he was going to eat a bullet. Better to burn out than fade away, man. Paul should Tulsa. I don't know who that is, so I'm glad that scrolled off the screen before I could read it. Paul really has it out for this Courtney person. I just don't like her as a person. I really have it out for her. Are you going to give Pimp Monk the TJ treatment later? What do you mean? The TJ treatment? Oh, yeah, dude. Probably not tonight, but I think I do want to start, like, watching streams and building weird Picasso images out of the people. I don't know why, but I found a lot of joy in that, so Pimp Monk will probably get that treatment eventually from me. I just hope he doesn't see it as an attack, because it won't be. You have a fat knee, thank you. Hey, Paul, just finished 5 weeks QuickBooks class. Dude, congratulations, bro. Wow. I'm glad TJ's back because now we can talk about QuickBooks. This dude just finished a 5-week-long QuickBooks class, TJ.
That's riveting as fuck.
I know.
I'm glad we know about that.
Paul, do you have any albums you have an alternate listening order for? None that spring to mind, really. I skip around a lot of albums.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll be like, I want to listen to this song, then I want to listen to this song, then I want to listen to this song, you know?
And
So
I don't really have an established order
I've never
for that.
been like, the true order of the album is this, you know, so.
No.
I mean, there's a lot of albums I'll skip certain songs on, I guess. Like, oh, I don't really like that song. But
Would you agree that Fallout 3 is overrated trash compared to New Vegas? I wouldn't say it's like trash. New Vegas is clearly the better of the two games.
yeah, I mean, they're built on the same engine and shit, and they're pretty much the same in most regards. But I just feel like Fallout 3 had cooler story and settings and shit. And
You mean New Vegas?
yeah, New Vegas.
Yeah.
Sorry. Where does Pale Emperor fit on your album ranking? See, I can't just do an off-the-cuff ranking, but I'd say it's up there. I mean, like, I haven't listened to Pale Emperor in a while because I tend to just, like, wear the shit out of a Manson album when it comes out, but I re-listened the other day, I'm like, was blown away again by, like, just, god damn, this is really fucking solid album from pretty much start to finish.
Top 3.
I think it's the top 3. I think Holywood's always just going to be my favorite, but
I agree there.
Heaven Upside Down, I'm too stoned. Oh yeah, I like Heaven Upside Down a lot too. I think Pale Emperor is a little bit better, but I think Heaven Upside Down is pretty fucking good follow-up. Pretty solid. And I think that probably, at least right now, my favorite Manson song is Saturnalia. So, why do all shooters have crazy eyes? Because they're all fucking crazy. Like, what do you think? Deep Six is cool. It's a good song. End the stream so I can go to sleep, please. You're perfectly capable of going to sleep while the stream is... like, if you're sleepy, I don't understand how this could be keeping you up.
I get that all the time, too.
Like, this should be something you could easily fall asleep to. This is just two dudes talking.
Yep.
You know, and it's not even... I mean, like, maybe like 20% of the time is it truly interesting.
Most of the time we're just sifting through the muck in this chat.
And then, like, another, like, maybe... 20% of the time it's tolerable, and the other 60% is just flat out bad. At least for me. I'm not going to speak for when Paul's doing it. Maybe he's got different percentages, but I'd say at least for my money, that's about where the fucking it falls.
I'd say you're about right with mine as well.
Evolutionary mental illness detection, maybe. You know, don't trust a motherfucker that's like this all the time. Recommend some more hidden Manson gems. I think he did a pretty good cover of Rock and Roll Nigger. I think he's got a pretty good Working Class Hero cover. I think he did. I mean, like, a lot of the covers he's done are not really super well known. Like the ones he didn't release as singles. Did a really interesting rendition of the KKK Took My Baby Away. You know, there's some really pretty obscure ones. TJ, what's the last concert you went to recently, or a concert you plan to go to pretty soon? I'm not really much of a concert goer anymore. I am thinking about going to see Rob Zombie and Manson in Texas, though, but I'm not sure. It just depends on what my schedule's like and shit.
I mean, just because something's in the public domain doesn't make it good for cynics versus cinema. See, that's part of the balance that we have to try and strike. Like, we can't just watch a really good movie, because you know what we're going to be doing if there's a really good movie on?
We're going to be engrossed in it. You know?
We're going to sit and want to watch it. We're not going to want to talk through it and joke our way through it. And if we do, it's going to be forced.
Yeah, you got to have something that is bad, but kind of good, but only if you're making fun of it. And that's just a tough balance to find, and not every movie fucking strikes that balance. In fact, most don't.
And there's really no way for, like, feasibly to watch enough of these movies to find those hidden gems for us. There's not enough hours in the fucking day.
Yeah,
so
we just got to roll the dice.
So we skim through them, and if something looks like it's got potential, we roll the dice and go with it. And, you know, we find what we can. But I do know that a lot of times people are very wrong about what they think would make a good, do you know what I mean? Like, I get all the time people give me recommendations, and all the time I'll go check them out, and I'm like,
you don't really understand this.
There's a certain thing, dude. There's a certain feel to the movie that, you know, for it to even get considered, and a lot of times it just ain't there. Teeth. See, I like that movie. See, that's another thing. Like, it's a good riffing movie, I guess, but I think it's actually a pretty good movie. It's the movie about the chick that's got a pussy with teeth.
Yeah, I did see the Vice article that said I was alt-right.
Oh, sweet. Love that shit, dude. Journalistic integrity, dude.
Yeah, they said it was alt-right, and then I told people to vote for Trump, so.
Oh, my God. Whatever.
Man, Tomato, aren't you tired of getting your ass eaten out yet? I mean, shit.
He never tires, dude.
I guess he just fucking loves it. Teeth is fucking awesome. I've never seen it, actually.
Vagina dentata. It's actually like a phobia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, there's an actual phobia that, like, straight men will have, that they don't want to fuck a woman because they're afraid her pussy will have teeth and bite their penis off.
Whoa. That sucks.
And then there are all kinds of folk tales about women that have had teeth in their pussies.
Whoa. PJ, can you have Senor Tomate resurrect Cody and kill him again? Yeah, it sucked when Cody died, dude, because you know what happened? We were, you know that trust building exercise where you fall backwards?
Yeah.
And the other person's supposed to catch you? I was doing that with Cody, you know, and I fell back. He didn't catch me. I just fell flat on my I hit my head on the ground like, ah, shit. And I'm like, fucking Cody, and I looked around. I couldn't find him anywhere. It's like he was just gone. And it was like a couple weeks later, you know, his rotting corpse just fell out of one of the cracks in my back fat. And I realized, like, he'd just been absorbed into the blubber, you know?
Wow,
it's
man.
an ill-conceived thing.
That's sad times, man.
Yeah, you know, so, I mean, it's really kind of painful.
Right at the height of fagcore, too. Right as he gave birth to a genre. It's a terrible thing, dude. Fagcore, dude.
Whoa, dude, that cat is hardcore.
He's fucking crazy. If he wants to be in somewhere or out of somewhere, he's gonna get it. Like, he's too fast.
Just, you gotta toss him out and close the door real quick. Who cares? He can escape Salvador. Salvador poses like almost no threat to that cat. Oh, well, you know,
dude,
whatever.
he fucking torments poor Dinor, dude. I thought it was playing at first, but he just, like, won't leave him alone. He just pounces him. And Dinor's, like, looking around the room, can't find him sometimes. It's horrible. Yeah, I have to fucking kick them, like, out of the room sometimes because they can't, like... Sometimes they're clearly playing, and sometimes Dinor's done, and Kitty is just getting started.
You thought he was raped by a gang of velociraptors? This is a rumor I've heard, too, going around. I don't know who started it. Hmm?
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Boop, boop, boop. Come now. All of you join in the dance of life.
The dance of life.
These people are heretics and must be put to the sword.
Is Squeaks a boy or a girl? He's a boy.
He's a boy.
I mean, we don't really know how he identifies yet.
Yeah.
But
we don't know what his pronouns are yet, but
biologically,
he's got a dick.
He is male.
And balls. He's got a dick. And balls, but not for long. We may as well get him reassigned.
Did you lose any money from that ill-fated move? Yes.
Yeah.
I lost the expense of 2 days of moving. I mean, they paid me my deposit and shit back, but they didn't compensate me for the cost of the movers. Paul, will you start reviewing TV shows? Paul, I don't know. I'm gonna do some TV show reviews on Cinema for Cynics, though. I'm actually working on a John Adams review right now, so.
Fighting to stay awake for it.
Well, you didn't succeed.
Well, I did mostly.
It's a thought. It's like a very different kind of show. It's the kind of show you don't really see made anymore. Like, it would never make it on a network. People would just like be bored to tears because it's a very slow kind of methodical, thoughtful show, very dialogue driven. So I really liked it.
Shouldn't.
Oh, sorry.
Any good stories about fights you've gotten into? Nah. I do have a story, but I don't feel like telling it right now.
Yeah, I've told my fight stories enough.
Yeah.
Do you know how many you've been in?
Outside of being a kid, only that one.
I've never been in a fist fight as an adult. I've been in a couple as a kid, and I've been involved in a couple as an adult, but like as breaking them up and shit.
I think I'm done with this.
You're done?
I'm done.
All right, TJ.
Do you want to keep going?
No. Pull the ripcord on this fucking shit.
Sorry, guys, we're done. Maybe Paul will be back later. I don't know.
Bye.
I won't be.